before we begin, we want to start off by giving all the praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kabarash.
If you didn't know those names, that's the true names of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God, and in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. All right, that's who we come out to preach. All right, that's the names that we're coming in the name of the Holy Spirit, or to come out here and prophesy according to the Holy Bible, and to speak the truth, and to wake up the elect of our people that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and mainly here in America, which is prophesied in the Bible as Babylon the Great. All right, and right now, us being in the time of prophecy, you know, it's a lot going on. It's a lot to be covered. It's a lot of things that a lot of these pastors in these churches don't understand and refuse to cover because their understanding wasn't opened up. It wasn't given to them. All right. Well, if you didn't know, we're in a time of the beast being divided amongst itself, or the beast that Daniel spoke of, and also the beast that John the Revelator saw. All right, in his vision, it talks about that beast having 7 heads and 10 horns. Well, now it's being divided up because they can't agree on different things. All right, did not the Lord say, house divided against itself cannot stand? He also said, could two walk together lest they be agreed? And right now, it's a lot of division going on amongst the European Union over what America is doing and also what the Israeli government is doing. So this is all prophetic. All right, like the Lord said would happen. Somebody get Ezekiel, was that 12? And also Habakkuk 2.
Ezekiel 12, verse 23, verse 22. I'm going to start at 21. It says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?
Yeah, it become a saying amongst our people. You know, when it comes to Bible prophecy, our people like to push it afar off, like it has nothing to do with their generation.
Yeah, not in my lifetime.
Not in my lifetime. That's what you normally hear these people say. But if you're paying attention, if your eyes are open, the Lord is actually bringing to pass what He prophesied. Yep. All the prophecies are jumping off the pages, man. But a lot of people are stuck in a slumber. They're in deep sleep. Yeah. Because they're too overindulged in decadence. They're chasing money. They have the love of this world, which is all it is distraction. Right? That's all you have is just distraction, massive distraction. That's why the average person couldn't really pinpoint what's going on the geopolitical stage, you know, because everything that the scriptures say is actually happening. And that's why the Lord set up watchmen that will not hold their peace day nor night to actually proclaim these things to you. Because without vision, the people perish.
And they always speak about, they always use that term, biblical times. You know, that's talking about biblical times. They don't understand that we are in biblical times, and we always gonna be in biblical times. It's just that, like the scriptures say, the things written aforetime was written for our learning. Talking about the present, like the brother was just saying, the prophets are here to explain these things that's written to you, so you can understand it.
That's right.
Verse 23. Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel.
And no more empty vision, vain. All of this is gonna have substance to it. And though something way back in Ezekiel or Jeremiah or whatever may seem old time and vain and empty, but it's really some of the hardiest understandings once you see them. And they're written in a certain way that they do need to be decoded. That's what the prophets and the teachers are here to do. We're here to break it down for you.
And that shows you, I believe it's like preterists, they believe that everything
is already passed.
Hey, that shows you how off they are, man. because that would mean that this would have to be the kingdom.
Yeah.
So you're saying that hey, you got homosexuality in the kingdom of heaven, and you're saying you still got child support payments under the kingdom of heaven, or you still got polluted air and water in the kingdom. Hey,
Satanism in the kingdom.
Yeah, Satanism in the kingdom of heaven, man. It shows you how off that doctrine and those that steal that doctrine are off, man.
Yeah, the level of rebellion on the planet Earth has never been to this level.
Exactly.
Further away from the Heavenly Father.
Time.
Yeah.
So we know that everything has not been fulfilled yet.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a false hope they have, where they hoping that these things that we speak of don't come to pass, because a lot of them know ain't no salvation for them.
But you know, a lot of them push that doctrine to absorb those imposters over there. It's more convenient for them because they're the people that's in the land right now, occupying.
They're heaven.
They're in their so-called heaven. You know, but when you actually know the scriptures, you'll know that they're imposters. They're not even supposed to be there, but for the sake of prophecy, they're there for a reason. Because the Lord is using them to gather all the nations and all the armies over there. That's why all the conflict is happening over there.
So we can bring back, it said in Joel, the 3rd chapter at the top, to bring back the captivity of his people. So he can bring up everybody come to the battle, and we about to release my people with this event I'm pulling together. I have a quick one right in between this.
Can I bring out a point? Because it said, and he's going to bring forth the effect of every vision, right?
Yeah.
Hey, because the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai doesn't cease. You know, regardless of what captivity that the nation of Israel has been in, and starting the Babylonian, you know, all the Persian, Medo-Persian, hey, those prophecies had to happen. Just like how when we go into the book of Isaiah 2, hey, that prophecy has to happen as well, man. About the law going forth out of Zion. Hey, that means what? In that particular prophecy, that means the nation of Israel is going to be at the top, man. Showing you then again that preterism is off as well.
The Lord is not ruled by time, man. The Lord rules over time. So, like your brother saying, it don't matter how long. It's a matter of His will of when He want to perform these things.
Real quick, this is Daniel chapter 12, verse 8. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. And those are now being opened. It's just, for a lot of the majority of the people, particularly 2/3 of the Israelites, it's closed up, still closed up to you. To truly understand, because knowing something and hearing something and understanding something are all different. When you understand it, now you're able to make sound judgments and sound moves from that perspective of understanding. Okay, if America's about to be destroyed, what can I do to preserve myself? The answers are still in the book. Okay? I just need you to just listen. We got it. If you have a question, that's fine, but ignore this. I got it. Now that was the point. That it was sealed up
To the time of the
to
end.
the end. And now that it's open, you see us out here doing this. This has to be open because we're not only open to reading the Bible and being out here, but we're more so open to breaking down the understanding of the times that we're living in and piecing them back to them old the prophets, the ancient prophets, and making them new, refreshed in the earth again.
Oh, since you just said that, somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 7. Because even at prophets back then, when they got these revelations, they didn't even understand what they were seeing, but they still had to write it down.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's why the apostles say we know more.
We know more than the prophets of old.
Yep.
Quick, it's towards the end of the chapter.
About it, make all things new. Yep.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 7. And I'm gonna start here at 20.
3, 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna start at 24. Yeah, 24. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
If I may say, the wisdom is written in these scriptures. So the prophecy of warning us before something happened and us understanding through faith that it's true, it's a wise thing to be prepared before it happens. Okay, so it makes it wisdom. Okay.
Continue with 25. 5, for she is the breath of the power of Yahweh and a pure influence.
Hey, I'm sorry, brother. But that breath now gives us life, gives our lives meaning to do things now, to move according of the wisdom and fear of the Heavenly Father now. Having that breath. Because now we see the prophecy, we know his terror is real, we've seen what he's done in ancient times, and now we're like, we don't want to be a part of it in this one, so let's move this way. We have that breath to, what's the word for breath?
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
That's Job 32 and 8.
Yep.
There's, you know, there's a spirit that is unto man, and there's a spirit from that Almighty that giveth them understanding. Meaning the inspiration from that Almighty is what gives them the understanding. That comes by way of the Spirit.
Holy Spirit.
That's why when people they come to us and be like, "How y'all know these things? What college did y'all go to? We didn't go to no theological seminary. We didn't go to no school to learn what we learned. The Spirit supped with us to understand this. Ultimately, we had teachers that were also under the Holy Spirit that taught us. Everybody gets taught this. But you have to be taught by men set up by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Because not everybody have this understanding.
Yeah.
You got a lot of false teachers among us as well.
Then you have to get the spirit of discernment to discern.
The same spirit of inspiration and wisdom to discern the difference between who's got the prophet, the prophecy, and who don't.
And following the laws to the best of our ability. You know, the Lord sees that, and He gives us more understanding in the scriptures.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a part of that breath too, man. You know, following the laws of the Heavenly Father to the best of your ability.
And that's the same breath that was on the dry bones. 37 chapter.
That was the breath also that gave Most High gave Adam.
Real quick, you're going to back you up.
Just to prove what y'all brothers are saying. 2 Peter 1 and 21. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of Yahweh spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And they was inspired. You know, the Lord put that information in them and that commandment for them to go out and speak those words.
Yeah, it wasn't like one man. He just had this biggest guest in the history of the planet, and he just happened to be accurate on so many different things. Thousands of years prior. That's come on, man. Oh, that's not how we went. It says that in Psalms the 68th chapter, the Lord gave the word. Blessed are those
who published it.
The company of those that published it. All right, so go back.
It's back in Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 25. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no undefiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power.
See, like, for example, before we came into this thing, we had to get cleaned up. And spiritually, that's what we did. Was that Psalms 119? How do a man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to the word. So once we got into these scriptures, our conscience became cleansed. And once that happened, that's when the Lord began to sup and actually give us the Holy Spirit. Because wisdom will not dwell in a malicious soul.
Right.
All right? It also says in James, the Lord resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. So you can't have a proud, exalted spirit come into this thing as well. You got to humble yourself and understand that you really didn't know anything.
Yep. Okay. That's a part of acknowledging your offenses. That you didn't know shit. That what you thought you knew.
It's Psalms 51 and 7. It's 6. It says, "Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop." It says, "And I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow." And I'm gonna jump down to 10. That says, "Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh, and renew a right spirit within me," which is like the Holy Spirit. This is back in Wisdom of Solomon 7. This is 26. "For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of Yahweh, and the image of his goodness." And being but one, she can do all things. And remaining in herself, she maketh all things new.
She maketh all things new. See that?
Yeah.
So the old ancient prophecies, you got it.
So there's prophecies that was prophesied 1,000 years ago of old that's actually new today. Some things were fulfilled contemporarily, but were still prophetic,
Yeah.
futuristic.
Yeah, if I got
According to what? What is the word eschatology mean?
Good, it's a good word.
I'm asking them brothers. And if not, y'all brothers feel free to look it up. Study what?
You get you.
I just look it up.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was not far off. Pretty much on point.
He said eschatology is a branch of theology that studies the final events in human history for the world,
Study of the end.
including expectations about the end of the present age.
And my mind works weird. I don't know if brothers' mind work like that. Eschatology reminds me of escalate, like the climax or the end. That's just how my mind works. You know what I mean? So that helps me to understand those things, but if it's getting to worse, you can be off. Yeah, that kind of worked out.
Basically, it means a study of the end. Study at the time of the end. Which we're at that time. So that's why it's important to be occupied in prophecy.
And they say the whole tell you to look to the tokens and prophecies of the end.
Yeah.
You know, to measure the time to the end.
Yeah. What do we have? We have the law and the prophets. Okay. So that's what we go by.
And back to your original point, you're getting to prophecy jumping off the page now. And some of the old things that were written aforetime are happening as a new event in current events.
Yeah.
No one was spoken of thousands of years.
Like for example, you got the Persians and the Medes coming against Babylon.
Yeah.
Going back to the ancient world, the Medes were actually they were ruled by Japhetic people. Right? They were the original inhabitants of Europe.
Yeah.
Okay? And also parts of Russia. And now, who do you have over there now? You got the Edomites. Right? Then you also got Iran, which is called Persia in the ancient world. All right? And now they're what? They're an alliance. They have an economic alliance as well as they do trade with one another.
Right.
And this whole BRICS alliance is what's even bringing everything together even more.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so you think about we talking about prophecies. When Daniel wrote the book of Daniel was during the Babylonian time, that the beast or the East was before the ECC, and that formulated into what the horns and the NATO and the EU. But look how far from when that was spoken of until it actually came to pass.
Ancient Romans wasn't even in
Right.
You know?
Yep.
So long ago.
Yeah, it says Peter's one day with the Lord is 1,000 years on earth. 1,000 years on earth is one day to the Lord. It seems like it's taking a long time in our time, but not to the Heavenly Father. It's clear.
Yeah. That's it.
This is the day.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 27. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends.
Look, in all ages. So no matter what time period, the wisdom was on ancient prophets writing it down, and they're on the modern prophets today to break it down and to be able to see the vision and point it out to the people.
Yeah, if you was ever a prophet, you was always a prophet. That was always your lot. That's your occupation. You were a prophet.
You was a false prophet.
You're gonna come back in your lot as a false prophet. Yeah. That's what that in Daniel where it says, I will was that Daniel 12 and like the last verse?
Yeah.
At the end of the days, I will stand in my lot.
Stand in my lot, yeah.
Yeah, the last verse. Matter of fact, I'll start up at 12, Daniel 12 and 12. Blessed is he that waited and cometh to
Oh shit.
the 1,000. Coming to the 1,300. Verse 13. But go thy way to the end be, but thou shalt rest and stand in the lot at the end of the days. Yeah, so
Stand in your lot at the
natural lot.
end of the days.
Yeah. Like the angel told John the Revelator, you will prophesy again.
Yeah.
Before many
Yeah.
tongues and kindreds and nations.
John went like, I don't want to be a prophet in, like, nah, he didn't have no choice. It was like, you gonna prophesy again. You gonna stay in this lot.
Yeah. And it's also a cut to the preterism, which is a doctrine of the devil. Because even John the Revelator, when he received his vision, it was on the Isle of Patmos. It was under the reign of Domitian, Emperor Domitian, and that was he reigned from 81 AD to 96 AD, right? So that was after 70 AD when he received these revelations. They try to say that all things were fulfilled by 70 AD. That's a doctrine of the devil, man. No, we're at the time where prophecy is now speaking. You got like, and I was going to segue into it. You got the beast that's dividing up right now. One of the latest things, and you got the elder from Dallas, Elder Yashawamba. He just did a lesson on it. You got Turkey that want to join BRICS. Somebody can bring that up. Somebody can find that.
We were talking
article.
If we go back to brother just sent it, over the past few years, previous to this moment, they were pretty much part of the EU. Yeah. So it's like, how's Turkey Gomer?
Yeah,
if you're saying that from Ezekiel 38, well,
they're NATO.
Now, you see it still unfolding. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they were originally part of NATO. Yeah. They're still part of the NATO alliance, but their actions and moves are showing that they're really not with that whole system.
And it's fulfilling the beast shall hate the whore. So the people are looking at how America's moving and how the small hats moving, Amalek is moving, and they're like, you know what? I don't think I'm really with this because the rest of the nations, you people here in America are brainwashed by the media, are enchanted by the seducing spirits of the media. They're just showing a certain perspective and giving you a certain energy to roll with. And you don't even realize, like, even when the news goes off, you watch sporting events, it has the energy in it that's subliminally leading you to believe a certain way. The commercials will subliminally lead you into a certain way to be enchanted to believe a certain narrative. Well, the rest of the world ain't enchanted like that. They understand in real time and real understanding who's who in the earth.
That's why they have their own alternative media. They got their own independent media.
Right.
Because Western media has been biased since its inception.
Right.
They've been controlling the narrative. And through the media, they've been justifying themselves going into these wars. All the atrocity propaganda allowed them to perpetuate a certain narrative to where they feel justified in going to war.
The media is another part of the story.
Yeah.
I want to ask a quick question, you brothers, right? You brothers probably know this. Under which presidency was the most bombs dropped on any soil? Anybody know?
Bush.
Nope.
Obama.
Obama.
Yeah.
But we didn't know none of that was happening. The whole Obama thing, nobody knew that was happening.
Yeah,
no one even thought about it.
Everyone was blinded.
Completely blinded. So you have to know that this media purposely left that out. Okay, well, everybody's all happy and blacks is holding hands with the black president and all the gay rights and all this other stuff going on. They're over there murdering people, just dropping bombs on all kind of shit, and we don't know nothing over here.
Right.
There's no way we can be the good guy.
And Obama, he was just carrying the torch from the Clintons.
Yep.
They was warmongers too. They was all bombing shit.
Yep.
You think
Yeah,
about
Bush,
this.
he was bombing shit too, but under those administrations,
Yeah.
Clinton and Obama, they was just on a path, man.
Yep.
You had the dismantling of Iraq, of course. Afghanistan.
Yep. The whole world terror, but it started with the Clinton administration.
And you also had the takedown of Libya
Yep.
when they got rid of Gaddafi. That was under Obama's watch. They completely dismantled Libya, man.
So they got the doctor.
Yeah, Gaddafi, that was the dude over Libya. Yeah. But see, now Russia, with the new sheriff in town,
Yep.
they've been changing the whole temperature over there.
Yep.
So America or even NATO, they can't just go in and just start attacking Libya now. Because they got based common interests with them. Plus they have ties to that oil.
Like you said, America's losing its petrodollar status today, man.
Exactly.
With this agreement with Saudi Arabia.
Exactly.
You know, and I believe the BRICS is going online in October, if I'm not mistaken. So all these countries that's holding the dollar, the treasury, they got to sell all that shit.
With treasury bonds.
They got to sell all that shit back to America to get on the new BRICS system. You know, so we got what, 3 months for all that to happen, and these banks are fucking on the edge right now, man. You know, hey, this dollar gonna get a haircut. You niggas gonna be in the fucking grocery stores looking at, oh, why milk costs $10 to $15? Because of that. America's gonna lose its stronghold on these nations, man, with that dollar bill, man.
All these aid packages being sent over there to Ukraine and Israel to fulfill their military complex. This is where you're gonna feel it at, right in your pockets. On top of those other nations dumping that dollar. Diminishing is purchasing power.
And when they go to war,
Yeah.
everything is going into the war.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be sending, those trucks that come in and supply your grocery stores. They're going to be sending food over there. They're going to be sending supplies over there. You know.
Yeah, I think it was Germany. They're training their citizens to learn how to eat one meal a day.
Yeah.
Just learn how to ration.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the effort goes into the war machine. Once it pops off, the industrial, all that shit goes to the war. You know, all the food it has to feed the soldiers to keep fighting.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's like people don't understand how much money that goes into the simplest shit. Like I was watching a video and they were showing you like each missile shot. You see that shit?
Somebody get Revelation 6.
100,000. They showed them shooting off rounds of from a ship that was like 30,000. You know, so imagine how much a nuke or something like costs.
Yeah, goddamn screw the military used to put in a fucking airplane panel.
Yeah.
So it's like fucking $800 just for a screw.
One screw.
You don't know how much fucking you saw how much money you use, how much money's free.
That's why there's a scripture in the Apocrypha. I'm not sure where it's at. I believe it's in Sirach, where it says, as is a man's wealth, so is his wrath or his anger. You know, it's in the Apocrypha somewhere. But yeah, your strength comes by way of the wealth that you have, because then you can afford to have soldiers, you can afford to have advisors, you can afford to have everything that you need to prepare for
need
war.
those things to protect your wealth.
You need money to go to war, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know, and And Esau, he lives by that sword, so that's where you think most of his money is going to go towards. It's going to go towards that money. So that's like it's that military. It's sword.
There's Sirach 28 and 10. It says, as the matter of the fire is, so it burneth. And as a man's strength is, so is his wrath. And according to his riches, his anger riseth.
According to his riches, his anger.
What verse is that, bro?
rises.
That's Sirach 28 and 10.
Yeah.
It says, and the stronger they are which contend, the more they will be inflamed.
And hey, the Lord been putting that spirit amongst these rulers to become inflamed because of the conflict of interest between one another. You know, from the code of ethics. You know, the fact that these nations have different morality differences amongst each other. They fight over territory, resources, trade routes. And when they can't get along or come to a decision, and they see that it's being one-sided, because one side is being greedy and doesn't have the interest of everyone else, that's what's starting to fuel that fire. They're getting angry and they're putting their monetary resources to use. And that's why going to Joel, they're beating their plowshares into swords and they're putting hooks into spears, so they can lift their strength. To protect themselves against the hammer of the earth, the beast, the war, and the beast that's being ridden by it now.
In America, they dictate that too.
I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah.
So that's why you got even its own allies that's getting sick and tired. They're getting fed up. Turkey is pretty much a frenemy of America. And I knew it was going salty back a few years back when what's his name? Erdogan, I think is his name. Erdogan. He was actually trying to because then you had those Kurds over there, all those different mercenary groups that's trying to basically fight those proxies over in Syria, and they was basically trying to get through to Turkey because Turkey is that land that bridges Syria, Israel, basically the land of Canaan, to Europe through Turkey. All right. So they've been playing that role in that whole proxy that's been fighting over there in Syria, because there's a pipeline that actually goes through that area. Remember, Russia was like a gas station for Europe.
So they blew up that pipeline.
So they moved, and then they destroyed the Nord Stream. That was part of what pissed off those European countries against America.
Now they have to pay more for their fuel or gas from Russia, or from Israel, or from the Middle East, when they had a direct pipeline to supply all of Europe.
Exactly.
Remember they're talking about how it was like last year the winters, the winters are going to be colder in Europe because they don't have the energy.
Yep.
Colder for the people.
So these nations are starting to turn against one another, right? And they're really starting to side with Russia. Like we have a new way of trade now, where we can actually circumvent using American dollars. We can still trade with each other, circumventing the sanctions that have come from America. Okay. So you was holding something? Yeah, get that.
What 5, right?
Start at 4.
Revelation 6, starting at verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
And what does that red horse represent? Esau. But not just him formally, but his ability to wage war on earth, because he has the technology and the wealth to do it.
Right.
It's in his power, man. He was blessed with that sword. But it takes wealth to have that type of level of military power, firepower, so to speak.
Who did they just shoot on? I think it was under Trump though. Who did they just shoot at? Like America shot off a certain amount, and somebody else shot off a certain amount.
Oh yeah, that was attack against it was like England, France.
Yeah.
They shot off some missiles. I forgot who they were attacking.
I don't remember who it was, but they shot those off. And going back to the price of it, it was like, why would America just shoot off a bunch? They got the most. Well, they don't want to get rid of their whole armory. Plus, it costs them to replenish that. As brother was saying, how much these missiles cost. Well, it's easier when you have that alliance. That whole red horse is also the buildup of that beast system. Okay, that infrastructure, the way it's set up, is to strengthen the beast in the Edomites, really, that run the beast.
Right, 'cause the first beast was what? The Roman Empire.
Yeah.
And what made them strong?
Military.
Their military and their monetary system.
Yeah.
Once it started to diminish and the purchasing power got weaker, and they started to put other metals to water it down because it was losing its value. That's when that's when you start to see the beginning of the dismantling of the power of Rome. All right.
Yeah.
And then, because they had to keep paying the soldiers, all of the soldiers, they were spread into all these different regions fighting these wars. And plus there was infighting and civil wars going on, just like you see today.
Going back to the money with the denarius, how they devalued it.
Yeah.
Same thing, you know, with using it with not impure metals or
Exactly what
Yeah, fiat. And when they took away the gold and silver standard, that was when it started to just diminish. Because now it's not backed by anything. You know, you would have to believe it in order for it to be worth anything. Right?
And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Go ahead.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny."
So notice how the black horse comes right after the red horse. Because it's happening simultaneously. The Lord is getting the nations prepared for war. So that's why Esau is he's been prepping for war all this time, developing all these nuclear weapons, all this advanced technology, these fighter jets and aircraft carriers, you name it. But also the fact that he was going to be putting all his money into it, it was going to start causing what? Hunger. Because the monetary system is now diminishing, losing its value. Hyperinflation.
And it's going to hit harder here in Babylon because Esau's kind of playing catch up now with Russia and China because their technology is above America's, you know.
And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And when he had opened the fourth seal,
So that penny representing the denarius is pretty much just going to be watered down. It's not going to have any real value. So it's going to cost a day's pay just for you to be able to buy a loaf of bread. Imagine you have to spend a whole paycheck just to get a loaf. And see, these issues was happening back in the ancient Roman Empire. So to distract the masses from it, what did they have to do? Bread and circus. Keep you entertained and giving you, little, bread and pretzels and shit like that. Popcorn and shit.
Hot dogs. Hot dogs.
Yeah, man. It's hard. So America, they have no idea what's happening with the society, man. They have no clue because they too busy surfing it. All right, with the cares of this life and drunkenness, chambering, rioting, reveling. That's what they're into.
It's funny because it actually correlates to everything you're saying. Because to go get that extra bread in the circus, you gotta go to the Coliseum Games. You're not just coming by the house giving it to you. You gotta come to to the festivities. You got to tune in. And that's what they're doing. They're making you believe that everything's all right because you're tuned in to the wrong things. You're tuned into the bread and circus.
They got you thinking about next season.
Yeah, next,
You know, this.
we're already starting to pick our what are they called? Fantasy football teams. Yep, the baseball season's starting to heat up. The NBA finals are in the hockey and all. Come on, bro, come on. You know, but they got people's minds distracted from the truth of the matter. We're here to speak on the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is, don't be distracted by the BS. Watch what's actually happening. We know you feel it. We know you feel it at the grocery store. On your paycheck, we know you feel it.
They don't understand why it's happening. Like the brothers, I forgot what he mentioned, but they're preparing their people to start getting ready for that inflation, to start rationing food and getting your body used to eating less. But when this comes, it's gonna be like getting hit in the stomach without you seeing the blow. It's gonna be a big blow, man, and it's gonna be worse because it's not gonna just be that you're gonna be getting the same amount, but you're gonna be paying more for it. No, you're gonna be getting less, but you're gonna be paying 3-4 times as much.
I got a scripture on that. Ezekiel 7, 18, and the GMT. Verse 17. 7 to 17. Everyone's hands will be weak and their knees will shake. They will put on sackcloth and they will tremble all over. Their heads will be shaved and they will all be disgraced. They will throw their gold and silver away in the streets like garbage, which is the modern day fiat currency. Right? It's not talking about the metal gold and silver. They will throw their gold and silver away in the streets like garbage. And it's a video circulating around hyperinflation Venezuela. You see a big ass dump truck full of Venezuelan boulevards out on the street, man. You know? It said, because neither silver nor gold can save them when the Lord pours out his fury. They cannot use it to satisfy their desires or fill their stomachs.
They're gonna try to eat this paper money.
Yep. Gold and silver led them to sin. Once they were proud of their beautiful jewels, but they used them to make disgusting idols. This is why the Lord has made their wealth repulsive to them.
Yeah. And that your wealth is really a snare to you.
The same thing they coveted, they're going to despise it. Because they're going to benefit in a certain way.
And it's because they said in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, a gift destroyed the heart. So having coveting after these money and this gold and idols and all this other thing that you did with it, it took your mind off of the distress that you were in to where you had to turn back to the Heavenly Father. It had you being like, well, I'm all right. That's why, like the Anton Daniels and the different jakes that got a little something that's talking shit about the lowly job of a prophet. Hey man, this lowly job comes with the greatest honors ever. Alright? You don't think it's any good because you still have the comfort of those gifts, so to speak. But when those are taken away with the prophecies that we speak of, you don't see how lowly and destitute you people truly are.
That's part of what the scriptures say, woe unto you that are full, for you shall hunger.
Yep.
Woe unto you that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. And that mirth and that jolly spirit is going to be turned into mourning.
We already have the spirit of mourning on us now, and we'll rejoice when the Lord returns, which is going to be a dire situation for you, but it's going to be the moment of our salvation for us. So I got it.
Back to verse 7, Revelation 6 and 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword and with
war.
And with
Wars
hunger.
everywhere. Wars all over the planet. All right, nation rising against nation, lifting up a sword against one another. All these different, and we get those alerts every day. There's attacks going on, drone strikes.
Yeah. Russia,
attack on this warship.
Russia moved their warship to Cuba,
To Cuba, come on. They're making serious moves now.
and you ain't heard nothing
Deploying
about
troops
that.
to borders.
Yeah,
They're getting it ready, man.
and the media keeping you people dumbed down, blind,
Blind, man.
man.
Esau got a new pestilence being cooked up as we speak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got the bird flu.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about the ringworm.
Yeah, them amongst homos, but still down low niggas.
Yeah.
Spread it to the other.
It says, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
They said it was hunger and with death. So all these things are gonna all simultaneously happen. All right, and that's gonna be the travail, the birth pains that the world's gonna experience. Okay, the death of the by the sword, famine, pestilences, those are all part of the travails. Okay? And the Lord's gonna make sure, you're knee deep in it. Because the people in this world, they're too damn proud. And they refuse to hearken to the counsel of the Most High. All right? So that was the point. Somebody get that article on Turkey.
This is Reuters. The title is Kremlin welcomes Turkey, reported desire to join BRICS. Russia welcomes Turkey, reported desire to become part of the BRICS group of nations.
Kremlin is like the equivalent to DC.
Yeah. The Pentagon,
That's the Russian.
it's the Russian Pentagon, basically.
Yeah.
Also, BRICS, this is just their 5 nations anymore. Iran joined BRICS in January of this year, and Ethiopia is part of BRICS as well. There's like a couple of countries.
They got like 40 something.
Yeah.
They basically on waiting list.
Yeah.
Put it in the application.
And this is a counter to the expansion of NATO.
Yep. So
Right.
didn't Poland just join or something like that?
Yep. Sweden and Poland.
Kremlin's spokesman Dmitry Peskov said on Tuesday, saying the subject will be on the agenda of the organization next summit. Peskov said there was heightened interest in BRICS, a group comprising of Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Ethiopia, Iran, Egypt, and United Arab Emirates, and from various states. But
There's also Latin American countries that's waiting
Yeah.
to join in.
I think Venezuela is one of them.
Yeah.
but said it was unlikely the grouping could completely satisfy all interest nations. So all the interest nations to get in there.
And see, what's happening right now is Europe is in a bind right now because they're seeing the progression of BRICS. And then they're seeing the pushback on the NATO side with America being under control. Right? So it's like, you're going to continue to stay with this alliance, this old alliance that's starting to weaken with time and progression, because y'all can't agree on certain treaties, and you can't agree on going to war, with certain countries. You divided over this Israel-Palestine thing. You got several European countries that's recognizing the Palestinian state. That goes against the interests of Zionist Israel.
The international court
Come.
putting arrest warrants.
Crack this out.
Arrest warrants. Come.
You good?
And
You
you
good?
got America threatening them. But
Yeah.
yet, when Russia went to war with Ukraine, they were asking the ICC and them to put arrest warrants for Putin
Right.
and his generals. It's okay when they do it though.
Right.
It's just a whole bunch of division, man.
Look at all these nations
Hypocriticals.
that have applied to join BRICS.
Yeah.
I'm saying this is a bunch of them. I'll read them right quick. This is pretty quick.
They're pretty much joining a new a system to counter the beast,
Yeah.
because it's all an effort to diminish the dominancy
Yeah.
of the West.
Yeah.
All right, they're done with the dollar. They're tired of having to deal with trading with a currency that's just
No doubt.
it has no value whatsoever. Huh.
It's like they like, here, take the monopoly money and give us your goods.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And then, but then in turn, you get slapped with sanctions if you don't follow her international policy, or if you don't follow the line of Babylon, the democracy.
Yeah.
You know.
Let us come put an embassy over there.
Yeah.
Just something says leaders of 23 nations officially expressed desire to join BRICS. It says Algeria, Argentina, Bangladesh, Bahrain, Belarus, Bolivia, Venezuela, Vietnam.
Which eventually this is going to lead to a further transitioning of that digital-based system, where everybody's leaving off of physical money and going digital.
Yep.
They all are going digital. Okay. They all these nations, even though they're against the beast in the war, but they're not against the MOTB,
Right.
the system of the MOTB.
NWO.
This is going to be a global thing. All right, but the Lord is setting this thing up, man.
Yeah.
He's setting it up beautifully.
So where this just makes you think, like, where you gonna leave and go to? You can't escape. You can't leave and and escape the judgments that are gonna come to the earth.
Yeah.
The whole earth gotta deal with this, right? It says Honduras, Egypt, Indonesia, Iran, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Morocco, Nigeria, UAE, excuse me, Palestine, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Thailand, and Ethiopia. They're all trying to get in. Yeah. That's I think those are the applications. You know, so they're all trying to get in. And also they know with those deals, Russia's gonna protect them.
Yeah.
Because anybody that's not under the BRICS or under the system,
NATO, EU.
the NATO, hey, you're probably on the radar to get conquered by NATO. Yeah, that's why they want them to be a guard.
So you should look at that article. That was pretty good shit. Somebody real quick go on the app and pull up the article from Natural News. Real quick. It's from Natural News. Just shared it.
I got it. You want to read?
Yeah.
It says, Natural News, it says, Turkey signals desire to join BRICS and abandoning EU membership dreams.
Yep.
It says Turkey is interested in...
And that's showing what? That divide. This is a European ally that's saying, I'm jumping ship. All right?
Not to
Turkey
be alone,
always, and Turkey,
jumping to be with the other team.
exactly. And Turkey always been on the fence.
Yeah.
They always been.
Yep.
I remember when Russia was selling them S-300 missiles.
Missile defense system.
Missile defense systems, and America was getting hot at that. They didn't like that shit at all. Why are you getting anti-defense from them? Because America is the top selling arms nation on the planet.
Right, they were going to sell them F-22s, but they found out that they were buying S-300s, and the S-300, S-400 is designed to shoot down an F-22. So it was just like, no, we can't sell that to you no more.
So whatever Turkey's holding in U.S. Treasury debt, they got to sell that shit.
Yep.
To get with the BRICS.
Right.
If you don't sell it, why have it? Like, it's worth nothing. Might as well sell it and get something for it. It says Turkey is interested in joining the BRICS group of emerging economies. BRICS is an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. This organization, which is believed to be on the road to dominating the global economy, recently announced its willingness to expand by inviting Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates to join the bloc.
Yep. Now get Ezekiel 38. Because now you're seeing that the very countries that was prophesied to come up under the alliance of Gog and Magog, you're seeing that they're part of they're getting ready to be joined into BRICS under the alliance with Russia, which is Gog and Magog.
It's Ezekiel 38, the top. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I'll turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I'll bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company of bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
Showing that the Most High is putting them back into that old Soviet spirit. All right, he's restoring that feeling again.
Putting that spirit back
into them. And they developing more advancedly. Their economy is starting to grow. They increasing their trade partnerships, and then with this BRICS alliance, that's really stirring the pot.
And that's why I brought up the map. I was asking brother about the map. Yep. When you look at this map, this is the NATO EU map, pretty much, right there in blue. I don't know if they can see it, but the red is the BRICS, and there's even more nations that are trying to get involved also. Now we know Poland and Sweden, trying to get in up here because they're expanding this way further east. But look at what they're doing, because and the reason why they're growing so well and they're trying to surround is because they have good deals over there.
Right.
They got good currency over there. Their economies are strong. It's backed by real money. You know, so all of this plays a role into. Oh, my fault. All this plays a role into it.
That's extra manpower too.
Now you gotta think about it. All I gotta do is make good deals with people in the world.
And maintain good relationships.
Maintain a good relationship. A friend of an enemy of my friend. How's it go?
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. So of course I'm gonna go to my enemy's enemies and then make good deals with them.
Right.
Now I have an ally.
And a lot of these countries, they already saw the bullying from America.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they already hate America.
And America's literally the bully.
Yeah.
And those,
for the West.
and those countries that have those deals with Russia per se, they're not going to allow the other countries they have deals with to get fucked with.
Yep.
Because like, hey, you messing up my money. You messing up my money.
Exactly the point. So all I gotta do is do square deals, and now I got you back. America's known to fuck everybody over. If you, what he saying, Goodfellas, the rent don't come in, so fuck you, pay me. That's America. They can mess up your economy and still expect you to pay. They don't want the good deal to happen. They want to take advantage. Right? So that's a basic street level of everything we're talking about. Okay, it gets that simple, but it's on a world stage though. I got it.
From a northern country.
Oh yeah.
Was somebody still reading Ezekiel 38? I'm not trying to get you to go back and forth.
We're gonna go finish that in Ezekiel 38. We'll get that in 27.
Yeah, it's up there.
51. Oh, was that one? The one said I was a symbol of great nations.
North Country.
From Love Country County, yeah.
Verse 27.
Oh.
$59.
50 and 9.
Yeah, 50 and 9.
Oh, that's the verse he wanted. But that one
It's Jeremiah 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
An assembly of great nations from the North Country. Right? And you're seeing it right now. The company or the assembly is gathering all these nations, and right now they're doing it through what? Through these alliances, these pacts that they're making with each other. All right? They're gonna trade with each other. And I'm pretty sure in turn, they're gonna act just like, I mean, for the past few decades, they've been asking for arms from Russia. So not only they having trade deals with them, they might as well get weapons from them too. And whatever they can assist Russia with, I'm pretty sure they do that. You know?
Yeah, Iran was giving Russia them drones.
Right, and since America's arming Russia's enemies and its neighbors, Putin just came out and said pretty much, all right, well, you know, those enemies of America around the world, you know, just pretty much hit me up. You know, I can give you something.
Yeah.
works
Yeah.
out.
That's literally what just happened.
Yeah.
He basically saying in every place that got a problem with America, I can send them weapons that can reach you.
Yeah.
That's basically what he said.
It is.
You know I can reach you from your enemies that's closer to you.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah, that's why I think they set up that fucking president in Mexico.
yeah.
Yeah. Set up
That
president.
Smallhand.
Yeah.
Smallhand.
Shit, the cartel may take her out. But that's strategic from Putin because he's not gonna fight you head on. He's gonna use ways around, you know. Versus that's schematic. It's
You gotta use strategy.
strategy. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting. You know, I'll give him the pistol. He hates you more than I hate you.
Because he's standing right by you.
He's standing right by you.
He got a
Yeah.
better shot than I got.
Yeah.
Continuing. Jeremiah 50. It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
He's talking about the missiles. So you see how the Lord is gathering them up. and they're gonna be, and they all having these are development countries that are developing. All right, as far as their technology, as far as their economies. Okay, it's gonna become a point in time when they're gonna finally be forced to use what they were equipped with.
Yeah.
And that's the army of the Most High. They're holding the weapons for the Heavenly Father. Those are his missiles.
Yep. And position them all throughout the globe.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
they hit their targets, their marks.
Yep. There was more.
10. And Chaldea shall be as a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, Chaldea represents America.
It says, because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat, as the heifer at grass, and as mellow as wolves. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land and a desert.
So basically, you see, according to the prophecy, that the Lord's going to have a company or assembly of nations that's going to join themselves in alliance with a northern country, that being Russia. So now we can go back to Ezekiel 38. Also, there's one in Jeremiah 51 and 27 where it talks about Arawak, many those different countries.
So Jeremiah 50:14.
Yeah.
Put yourself in array against Babylon. Round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the one Lord, our.
That's pretty much the end game. And the Lord's gonna be there. He's gonna put the spirit on them to do so. They're not gonna, because you know when certain escalations happen on the world stage, they always try to have certain world leaders and prime ministers, foreign ministers, and try to come out and speak peace to the people and try to suppress, the energy that's in the air. But there's gonna be a point in time where there ain't gonna be no peace. There ain't gonna be nobody being able to come out and try to make cooler heads prevail and stop. Nah, the Most High, He wants this. This is gonna speed up the destruction of Babylon, and it's gonna also increase the time in which the children of Israel is getting ready to get delivered.
I'm glad you actually said what I was going to say. This is some of the most boringest conversation that you new coming Israelites don't like to get into. Okay, especially outside of Great Millstone.
Yeah.
That's crazy that this would be born. Why would this be born?
Because they're not watching it on TV. This ain't cussing the white man out on the corner. This ain't telling the black woman you ain't God, that we should the basic stuff that a lot of low-level Israelites from these other groups will give you those introductions, but to really get deeper into the prophecies of these things, man, that's how you really get on a level.
And this is the biggest prophecy. This
leads to our salvation.
Right.
This leads to World War III, letting fire the missiles, and salvation, which was the point I was going to make, but you just made it. You were just talking about it.
I got a precept.
You got it.
Psalms 137 and 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be.
Happy shall we be. Cause think if you knew, and guess what, y'all, we all in prison, but I just heard there's about to be a prison break or a bomb or something that go off at the. Aren't you gonna be looking forward to that day? For real, is it real? Let's keep our eye out for it. Let's make sure. How can we help from the inside?
Right. Yeah.
You know.
What can we do?
What can we do to help that? We want to get out, and that's what this is. This is a damn prison that the Israelites are captive in, and it's the whole world, but generally here in America, we're captive here, and this is our jailbreak, so to speak.
Yeah.
You got it?
Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
Yep.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stone.
Yep. And then Sirach 27, it will say, 25 and 7, it says, the 9 things that please my heart or something like that. Because I'm trying to skip over them, to get to the one that sees the fall of his enemies. But yeah, y'all can just read it right quick and get right back to this prophecy, because this prophecy is like, and a lot of, and you don't see all these other Israelite groups teaching it that heavy. You gotta have that great millstone doctrine, man. You gotta. This is very important.
And the thing about it is, Jake doesn't realize that this world war, this world conflict is going to affect each and every person here in America throughout the whole world.
We've been talking
So
about
you know what I mean? And the thing about it is, America's going into this war, now that's the favorite.
Yeah.
For so long, they went into this war.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this. We got all these, military prowess. They don't. It's a level playing field now.
Yeah.
So
we saw what happened after World War II.
Yeah. These nations, they paid attention. Like when America went into Afghanistan, when America went into Vietnam,
Desert Storm.
America was getting their asses whooped in those wars.
Yeah.
And they was using that guerrilla warfare tactics on them. America, and then you think that you about to go over there and play Iran?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They know that terrain over there.
Yeah, but the minds of the American people, they don't understand and see what's going on over there. They just see what is on CNN and Fox. Right. Like America is not top dog no more.
And it's fucked up because this is even the majority of the soldiers that fight in the American military.
Yeah.
You don't have a clue. I just know I go and I press these buttons and I do this and I tighten these bolts and I sail the ship and I fly over here and then I hit this. What was in that target? I don't know. It's just the target that I was given the coordinates that I was given, they don't even understand the bigger stage that we're breaking down for you to put together.
But it's gonna eventually it's gonna get their attention.
Right.
Because when that draft comes,
Yeah.
that's when
Between the
that's
draft
when it's gonna
and
catch
then
you.
the hyperinflation and collapse of the money and the famine that ensues and then the chaos that ensues, all of these things tie
It's gonna
together.
happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen
Yeah.
quick too.
Yeah, that's why them 4 horses, or 3 or 4 horses, are right there for that reason. You got it.
I got that scripture. Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy.
Yep.
And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that lives to see the fall of his enemies.
This is what we're literally talking about, the fall of our enemy, whom we're in captive of to this day. We're still in this man's hand. We're still in this man's hand right now. Okay, so talking about the beast system and all of that, yeah, we don't believe Russia is going, if they were to take us, rescue us from America, that they will take us and let us free. So that's why none of this is what's going to happen. What's actually going to happen is we get free, and then Yahweh Shai enters the battlefield with the angels, okay, and change the way the war goes.
You're gonna see the people gonna have that their countenance. You're gonna tell by the countenance of these American people once we enter into this war. It ain't gonna be all,
It says that they're gonna be as women.
yeah.
Faces
Even
shall be
talks-
as flames.
And it also talk about how your mighty men are gonna be born to fight. Man.
Yeah.
They're gonna become like women, man.
Right, because they're also going to see America take casualties exceeding that of World War II. Okay? The casualties that America is going to be taking, fighting the Russians, the Chinese, Iran, North Korea, it's going to be astronomical.
Yeah.
So that's going to, the morale of the people here back home, they're going to start, little by little, they're not going to feel as secure and as proud as they once were about their military and their might.
They gonna get them calls. Hey, your son didn't make it. Yeah, this person didn't make it, and they gonna see it on the news. Like this many Americans died, and
That's why the Lord said He's going to take away your joy, and mourning is going to take over, right? Okay?
Their bodies ain't even gonna be coming back.
oops.
All the partying and the having fun, that shit's going out the window.
And I don't need to change the
You got a sleeper cell
soldiers
soldiers
in through the border.
that's already in the country. You already been invaded already.
Yeah.
And
So
like-
when they start that the war front, when they start they plays, man, it's gonna be wild out here.
Yeah.
And I just want to, I don't want to change the whole energy of what we're going into. I just want to say, because a lot of people don't get into this enough, particularly this prophecy, it being such a major prophecy that links a lot of the different end time prophecies that we have to come to. How do you fix all of this chaos that we're talking about happening? MOTB.
Okay.
That's how you fix it. You fix the famine, you fix the economy with the MOTB. Okay, which will lead you to be in a league with the villain that the world hates, with the beast. Think about that.
They'll give you cancer.
You know?
Yeah.
Ultimately, you're gonna be on fire.
Yeah. So I just want to pull that out of it so people can understand that this is a vital thing to understand. The more we can see how much closer this is, the more we can measure for it. Right? And we've been talking about how it affects the American citizens. Your military ain't what you thought it was. You got it, bro.
Especially when you got people that this generation, niggas 25 and you can say 30 and under.
Yeah.
They ain't trying to go fight for America or nobody.
I mean, no. Somebody else had it. That article on the National News.
Yeah.
So I want to finish that and also finish that in Ezekiel 38.
Yep.
Get back on track.
It says, back in National News article, it says BRICS 5 original members have indicated that their priorities going forward will expand to include tackling financial and economic issues, such as pushing for reforms to the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, and establishing a BRICS interbank cooperation mechanism. Furthermore, BRICS is indicated its desire to expand beyond tackling economic and finance by working together to help resolve regional issues, such as Iran's desire to establish a nuclear program and the ongoing conflicts in Libya, Syria, and Afghanistan.
Oof.
Yeah.
So up above in that same article, it talked about how they're announcing their willingness to expand by inviting Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and then also resolving ongoing conflicts among Libya, Syria, Afghanistan. So go back to that Ezekiel 38.
Ezekiel 38. It's by the top, right?
I think he was on. He never did. Yeah. Okay. He started reading. No, he read where it talks about putting the hooks into the jaws. So just reread that verse and then just keep reading.
Ezekiel 38 and 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen.
So what that's talking about is the Heavenly Father's controlling the moves that Russia's making, even the other kings, to allow Russia to be a guardian to those, because they know they're struggling. And it says in Daniel the 4th chapter, that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. He taketh down one and setteth up another, because He put His spirit to get His will to be done with these nations. Here we go. We're about it. We got it.
It says, and all thy armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
Just like when we read in Jeremiah, all those assembly of nations, they're going to come assembled and prepared.
Yeah.
All right? All the weapons that you need. Missile defenses, aircraft carriers, drones. All right? Tanks. Long-range missiles, ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles.
Missile defense system.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Persia, Ethiopia.
Persia, Ethiopia. Now, did we not just read that in the article? They're amongst those that's going to become a part of BRICS.
Iran, which we said was Persians, we understand it. The Iranians know that they're Persians. Even if you Americans don't know, they know.
Yeah, even when you like talk to them, they'll tell you they're Persian.
Yeah. They don't say I'm Iranian, I'm Persian.
He said Persia, Ethiopia,
And Libya with them.
and Libya. He just read about their involvement with Libya. All right? Go ahead.
All of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands.
Now, who is Gomer? Turkey. And Turkey happened to be the latest one. And they're like, all right, y'all in there. So they want to join, even though they're part of the NATO, which is the military conglomerate of the EU.
Yeah.
The nice part about how this is being set up, that's why chess, I'm always going to speak on chess. Get into that chess, man. If y'all got somebody to play chess with, get into that. Because it shows you how military minds work and strategies.
Yeah.
Turkey is a major place on the board. Because it, like they said, it connects the Middle East to Europe. And it's a major area right there. If you can control that, what's right there? Is that the Suez Canal that's right there also? That pirates and shit are controlling?
It's like
that's a major
Mediterranean,
region.
Black Sea area, all that, yeah.
Those. If you can control those bodies of water and the land surrounding it, you can control the earth. And that's what the NATO EU wants to do. They want to get control of that area by controlling those major points. But that's what Russia's like, no, come with us.
Yeah,
We're going to protect you against them trying to pillage, come through there, rape, rob, and murder.
Some major trade,
routes. Exactly.
You could say trade.
All economies are made with those trade routes.
Yeah.
Built up.
Trade point, or trade midpoint or something like that.
It says Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company.
By the way, when we read that BRICS list, those are people that applied to be in BRICS. They want it. The 23, I think it was, other countries that want to be involved with it. And let us in.
The itching for
Yeah, please.
like you smell that application for a job. You
Yeah,
know,
like, man, I'm
waiting
dressed
for the
all
call.
good. I'm gonna answer unknown phone numbers and that, you know.
Yeah.
Do all kind of extra shit to be involved.
It says, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto thee.
That's a lot. The Gog, Magog, Meshach, Tubal, those are actually kin of Japheth, and they settled in that land. You know, once knowing his 3 sons parted, Japheth settled in that land. He had children, Gog, Meshach, Tubal, Gomer. All right, so that's how we know. That area is where where the Russians are at, where the Turkey are at, the Turkish.
Gotta go to
Those
Israel.
were original. Those were the names of the sons of Japheth.
Right.
The Lord gave them that portion of land. All of Europe belonged to the sons of Japheth. We know that since the Medo-Persian Empire, they have been removed. And basically during the Greek Empire, that's when they started to take over. Those Grecians, the Macedonians, they started to take over.
Which were Edomites.
Which were all Edomites.
And then they called the names of the Japheths that were in those places because they took over those lands.
Exactly.
Conquered those lands.
Verse 8, after many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee.
Thus, when we showed you the map, you saw where that red was at. They're down there trying to surround Europe. You can't get to America, but
And
they do
Israel.
have, exactly. Europe and Israel, they're trying to surround them. Now they can't get to North America, but they already got a strong foothold with Brazil and South America. So Argentina want to get in on it. Okay, so he's surrounding that land. They pinpointed who the problem in the earth is, man. It's
Exactly.
the Edomite ran countries, the beast.
And that's why it says in Obadiah, basically an ambassador is sent to prepare for battle against them. And that her is talking about the Edomites. These other nations. Matter of fact, somebody grabbed that.
It says, they're greatly despised amongst the heathens.
Yeah. So the more you see that red, that lets you know. More and more nations they're hating this devil, man. They're getting sick and tired. You're the destroyer of the earth. You're destroying whole cities, turning them into wildernesses. You're imprisoning the earth.
And we always say how the nations are pretty much sobering up now. You know?
Wine of Babylon wearing off. At the top. Obadiah 1, it says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Let us rise up against her in battle. So that's why all these nations are going to come against Esau. All right? And Esau happened to be the ruler over Babylon, America. So that's why all those company of nations, they're going to shoot their bow, their arrow on Babylon. All right? Let's say spare no arrows.
Quick one. 2 Thessalonians 2, 6 and 7, it says, 8 actually, it says, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, for the mystery of iniquity do already work. Even though you juggle around everybody and you've taken over lands and you called yourself by the people that ruled in those lands, because every land is named after the people that live there. Even though you've moved into a land and you didn't call it Edom, you called it Greek and whatever else. right? You're taking on all these other identities. We still can see who you are in the land, though. The earth is now starting to reveal that you're the fucking problem. Okay? It says, for the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who now letteth will let who this ambassador is. It's being revealed. From Obadiah, right? It says, until he be taken out the way, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Going into these prophecies of revealing whom Esau is another way of revealing whom Esau is, according to the scriptures. In the earth today, who he is today, and how he's alive and well, and not done away with already. Right? It says, consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Now let me go back in Obadiah 1 and 2, it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Yeah. So you seeing that not only is these nations are being prepared for war against them, it says the ambassador is sent to them. Basically, they have a envoy or a messenger to tell them that, hey, all nations are pretty much getting ready to tear your ass up.
Yeah.
And that's us.
Yep.
We're telling you.
Yep.
Because that's a message from the Heavenly Father according to prophecy.
Yep. That's why we do speak this in front of everybody, not just to our people, but to the whole world. We have to let the heathen know what's about to go down and where they're going to lie, and what, the prophecy of where they're going to be at.
Also, because
doesn't it say in Isaiah 34, where it says, somebody at the top, Isaiah 34,
Yep.
where it says basically for you nations to hear.
Isaiah 34 at the top. Come near ye nations to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it.
Come hear it. Come hear the news. Come hear the message.
Come hear what's going on.
Come hear what's going on and how it affects you, what your involvement in this is. Right?
For the indignation of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai is upon all the nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them.
You see how this ties right into that? This is what this book is really about. It was setting up this event.
Hey, these kings, these leaders of this planet right now, I believe they're having dreams and visions.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no different than Nebuchadnezzar.
So
he was a world leader. He had his vision. And it took a prophet to have to interpret and break it down to.
That's when they tune into the prophets, because they know that who the chosen, who the real Israelites are.
That's why that was a heavy question. I don't mean to cut you off. Tucker Carlson asked Putin about the Israelites, because he already opened up the vault of the icons, Russian icon art. So he's like, hey, so does this have anything to do with that? No, I don't think it has. You just can't say that out loud. Without catching heat from all the way at the top.
Wasn't that when they was playing with CERN? They got the message taken?
Yeah.
It still applies.
It still applies.
Your kingdom is coming to an end.
It says, he hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Go back to Obadiah.
Obadiah 1 and 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
What devil on this earth is the only one talking about we want to go into the outer space and we want to do this and do that? When they create a space force. That's this devil, man. He's the only one that's mainly talking about going up there and doing who knows what, man. And he's been faking the funk, acting like he's been going up to the moon. He's been lying to you this whole time.
Actually, there's a movie coming out. I think it's called Fly Me to the Moon or something like that.
Yeah.
They have, they had the NASA like the 60s, when they first going to the moon, and they had an alternative about screening on the moon or whatever. They said basically let's go to Hollywood and make a whole setting or whatever, make shit look like the moon just in case they fucking mission failure or some shit. Going to the moon. So they had a Hollywood setup already prepared.
Yeah.
I was telling you that movie. It's about to come out, I believe, next month. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Something like that, yeah. I think I've seen a trailer.
Esau's so proud they put that shit right in your face and still.
People still think they really went. Yeah. A little more, it says, you shall bring me down to the ground. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thou nest, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Yep. As soon as he reaches excellency, that's when the Lord's going to start bringing him down.
He
Right?
was born into heaven, so he said.
Yep.
Hey, flying into heaven is like just as bad as the Tower of Babel.
Yep.
What you going up there for, man? You ain't master the shit down here. One more?
They keep talking about building some type of
Elysium space.
Elysium type of thing up there.
Yep.
You had a Noah, Yuval Harari talking about creating a Noah's Ark. In the heavens to escape the judgments that's going to be taking place here on earth. They're wishful thinking, man. That's the pride of their heart, deceiving them. Boasting of their heart's desires, man.
They think that they're scripture that their houses shall
Continue forever.
Yeah. Psalm 49.
Yeah, man. That's what they in their mind believe. They think that they got enough power to offset prophecy. Like they can control the will of the Most High just because they're in a position of power, man. They're delusional.
And this is why it's important that we go into prophecies like Jeremiah 50 and 51. Because in World War III and how these nations are coming together, Ezekiel 38 and whatnot, because everything that, if you just follow what this man's doing on earth, it looks like he can't be taken down. Yeah. But when we show you what he's doing to not be taken down is eventually going to lead to him being taken down, thus saith the prophecy, it gives you hope, like, oh, so this is what he has to do to go down. The Heavenly Father said he's going to do this, then I'm going to take him down. Which gives us hope and builds our faith. Yep. What did it say in, I think the second entrance? The rock that thou hast imagined, or the pit that thou hast imagined, you should fall in. The rock, the rock is rolled back. Yep. Y'all know what it means.
That's in Psalms 7.
That's in Psalm 7.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is to build your faith, understanding these things.
Yeah. Finish Obadiah.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah. Because I want you to give verse 7.
Yeah, I'm in verse 5 now. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Will they not have stolen till they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, will they not leave some grapes? This man wanted all. It's insatiable, right?
Yeah.
It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. And this looks like Turkey.
Your allies.
Yep.
Your own allies, man.
Allies, those that have peace with thee, right? Have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread and laid a wound under thee.
Can I read that in GNT?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the translation part.
Obadiah 1 and 7. Your allies have deceived you. They have driven you from your country. People who were at peace with you have conquered you. Those friends who ate with you have laid a trap for you. They say, where is all that cleverness he had?
Yeah.
And when you eat with someone, that's kind of, it's intimate. Kind of, it's like, yeah, I trust you enough to eat with you. Have you in my company. So that's what they essentially did with these nations. They sat down with them.
They had treaties.
Yeah, made deals.
And all
Yeah.
type of summits and treaties and
Looking at each other's best interests.
Yeah.
they give each other a diplomatic hand after they make their speeches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You already know how it goes. Yeah.
Revelation 17 and 16.
That's so fucking
And the
funny.
10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, he shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
That's supposed to be your ally, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those joining together of nations back in the late 40s, early 50s. That was what gave you that power. All right. Especially Germany. Germany, those wise scientists and the wise men, the Temanites. That was how you got your nuclear power.
Yeah.
From the wisdom from the Temanites.
Yep.
NASA.
Yeah. And they disguised. Remember back was it 60s, 70s, when the whole space race.
Yep.
That was actually they disguised them going to develop the nukes as a space race. Like, oh, first in space. No, they were in the background developing
The arms race.
the arms race. Yeah, the nukes.
Right, and they were those scientists were. Russia took some of it too.
Yeah, America took some, and also Russia took. Like they took half the scientists. The U.S. took half the scientists, and Russia, back at the time, the Soviet Union took the other half. You see that? So they was in a nuclear arms race ever since, leading to the Cold War, and now you're seeing the return of Russia now.
I saw something. I'm trying to remember where I saw it. I think it was a movie though. They were saying.
And they do a movie recently, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good movie.
Watched it?
Yeah.
I was all the way through.
It was pretty long, but it's
It's 3
good.
hours, but I mean, if you're into this,
Yeah.
you can follow along when you know more into it. It's
Okay.
not just the theatrics of it. And I believe the half of the nuke builders in Germany went to one side, and then the other of the propulsion unit, intercontinental propulsion, went to the other way. That's what all these James Bond spy movies was trying to. Because it's no good to either one. What you gonna do? Nuke yourself? You can't get it nowhere. So you need it to be intercontinental. So they're trying to all let me get the microfilm and then back and forth trying to figure out the ways. So they start using the little pieces of it, piecing it together to use it to their best advantage. And that's how the Cold War came about. And this brother pulled up the NATO countries. And that's why when you go into them 10 horns, that's why knowing what those are important.
When you read about the 10 horns, when understanding the different countries that actually began the European Union.
Yep.
It started with 10 actual countries, 10 European countries, 10 flagpoles, so to speak. When you look up the Western Union Alliance, it gives you the exact 10 countries. All right, you had the Netherlands, you had France, Britain, Germany, Luxembourg, Portugal,
Iceland.
Greece. Pull it up. Read those 10 countries.
It says Belgium,
Belgium,
Canada,
yep.
Denmark,
France,
Iceland,
yep.
Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, the UK, and the US.
There it is. And then over the course of time, they started adding more other countries. Now they're like 28 nations now.
Yeah, they got the Cold War. This is a good article.
You had between that time, you had the Warsaw Pact and all types of stuff.
It says during the Cold War was adding Greece and Turkey, and West Germany.
Showed you Turkey. was added during the Cold War.
Spain, and then post-Cold War was Albania, Bulgaria, Czechia, Estonia, Finland, Germany, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania.
That's the Eastern Bloc countries. Eastern European countries. They all started to join in. You see, at that time, America was also, they was dominating, man. The U.S. was dominating. So they were like, man, we got to get with the dominating side. You see? But now that's starting to take a turn. I mean, you still got those European countries that still to this day, but what have we been seeing over the last decade? This European country want to leave the Union. This European country, they threatening to leave the Union. We want to create our own sovereign military, you know, dependent of the U.S. We tired of the U.S. making our policies for us, deciding what's good for our economy and this and that, who we could be cool with, throwing sanctions on countries that we would like to do business with.
They lose sovereignty dealing with America.
Yeah.
Now under the rule of the Western mindset, which how you gonna be in the Middle East and you believe in Islam or whatever your belief systems are, but you gotta go take on Christianity, take on Western views of women and internet and women and being exposed. It don't add up. That's not the leader you want.
Rainbow, the fucking rainbow spirit.
The same people who run America. I was watching this video, and this guy was saying that every person in power in Washington D.C. and those people, the Republicans, they all have a Jewish person that's always there with them. That's always on standby. They always check. They have to check in with this person.
Handlers are
It's their handler. And so these other nations, Eastern Europe, these fascist parties, these communist parties, they are all initiated and created by them, by Amalek. Amalek has always been the person running everything behind the scenes.
Exactly.
You know?
So as I thought about this, and right now it hit me also. Amalek is the only Edomite nation that's considering biblical prophecy of how they're trying to stay in power forever. No one else is really thinking. They're thinking about this world down here. They're like, no, we want complete dominance. The prophecy says that they get complete dominance over the world.
Hold on. We know that the whore rides the beast, rides on top of the beast. So that means that she has authority over the beast, right? But who's the head? Who rides the whore?
Right.
Amalek. Because when you think about it, we know that Babylon sits upon many waters. So it's all nations are under the control of the whore.
Babylon's a puppet to Amalek.
Amalek's her pimp.
Y'all gotta say that.
It's her pimp.
Because you have all the nations, you got the UN right here. The UN buildings in New York. You know? So who's on top of that? When it tells you in numbers going back to the time of Balak and Balaam,
First of the nations.
it said that he would be the first of the nations. What does that mean to be the first? It means to be the head. So really, they're the head over all nations right now. So that means that they're the head of the whore, Babylon. That's why they're calling shots, man. That's why they're funding wars on both sides.
That's why they're the Illuminati.
Why?
They're enlightened enough to see both sides to keep themselves.
That's why they're pushing that anti-sim every freaking where.
America can't say no to these people. That lets you know.
When you
that
see
they keep sending money and weapons. All the aid is for them, and we stand by them. Whatever they say, we gonna do. Basically, fuck what you Americans think.
Fuck what you Russians think.
We don't care.
Because Putin still has to pick up the phone with that call, just like Trump or whoever you think is going to save you. Still got to pick up the phone and answer that call. That's why every president has continued the agenda of that pimp.
And Trump, he already showed his ass when he was in office.
Yeah.
When the very moment that he
Made it
he made Golden Heights a part of jurisdiction of Jerusalem. Like basically, that's like the other part of Israel. Golden Heights, which is Syria. When he acknowledged that and signed that into law,
He tried to say that's prophecy, right?
they tried to say that was prophecy, and they tried to basically make him a hero.
Yeah.
They were saying that this dude might be Cyrus the Great reincarnated. They gave him that type of honor because of that. So he already showed his allegiance with them. So if he gets into office, which I'm sure he will, we're gonna know exactly why. They can use Trump again in their interest, in their favor. Trump don't run a damn thing, man. You dumbass niggas talking about niggas for Trump. You might as well be niggas for Amalek. Because he runs them all. Amalek controls them all, man.
Yeah, I got one example.
Even your little superheroes, like niggas like Floyd Mayweather. Y'all look up to this nigga. He kissing the Ringo every time he go over there.
Yeah.
They got this nigga bunny hopping like
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill and shit.
Counting this shit.
They control these niggas, man.
I got one example of history, American history, right? It said the panic of 1907 was a financial crisis set off by a series of bad banking decisions and a frenzy of withdrawals caused by public distrust of the banking system. J.P. Morgan, which is the elites, the elite family, right? And other wealthy Wall Street bankers lent their own funds to save the country from a severe financial crisis. So it tells you right there, man, these small hats, they bailed America out. So they have ownership of this place, man. Right.
Control their governments.
Yeah, when you look up on the fucking US.debtclock.org, you see 34 trillion in debt. 200,000 per citizen have to pay to get out of debt. You in debt to the elites, man. They fucking sell your body on the fucking stock market, man. Straw man or some shit.
Using your social.
Yeah, use your social, birth certificate. Those are inventory slips. You as an individual, you don't belong to yourself, man. You belong to the elite bankers. Right.
Yeah.
Your socials on the stock market.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they sell you on the stock market. They say if you murder somebody, your ass got to go to prison for life.
Yeah.
You got to work to pay off the debt for that other person fucking, killed off. It's all set up, man.
It's going to come a point where you're going to have to either pledge your allegiance to the beast or not, because that's what these devils ultimately want, the Amalek. That's how they in their mind they feel they're going to get their New World Order to do that CHIP.
You gotta check that out when I'm right, man.
And real quick,
Yeah, I'm gonna check it
this is
out.
a quote from Major General Smedley Butler. Right, he was part of he was a general under the U.S. Marine Corps back in the early 1900s. He said, "I served in all commissioned ranks from second lieutenant to major general, and during that period, I spent most of my time being a high-class muscle man for big business, for Wall Street, and for the bankers. In short, I was a racketeer for capitalism. I suspected I was part of the racket all the time. Now I am sure of it."
And J.P. Morgan, that's like newer money compared to Rothschilds.
Right.
Rothschilds own Britain, all that shit.
And it was funny, that's what the article the brother had right there, talking about Jacob, Lord Jacob Rothschild.
Duke Jacob.
Right. saying that he did philanthropy and he's always supported. He knows he had Jewish roots and he always will support. We know where you come from, bro. And we know the position you've been in the earth and what you set up. He's at the top of everything we're talking about.
Yep.
Okay, trying to make sure that family is Mr. Burns in The Simpsons. He just continues to immense wealth unto his own family, unto himself, ultimately, to keep Edomites at the top, as the first, as the brother is quoting, at the head of the earth.
And that's the prophecy in Habakkuk maps that out. How does he come to, how is he over all people? Go to Habakkuk 2.
Oh, that was something.
Start at 4.
Yep.
So Habakkuk 2 and 4, it says, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yet also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
So this is what he had to do. He had to fool the world into believing that they have this great banking system that everybody can trust. And all it did was put everybody in a debt.
Yeah. Give them loans.
That was that wine that he put to he put the bottle to all these nations and made them drink that wine.
By usury. Usury? What they call it? Usury?
Yeah.
Usury.
Usury.
You know? Interest. I'll give you this loan, but you're going to have to give that back to me with interest.
It's
Yep.
like a interest. So you always hear about how the interest rates are so high. Well, who creates these interest rates?
Yeah, who sets it?
They do.
They know that every move that they can make to manipulate the system controls the earth. Ain't nobody buying a house right now. Matter of fact, we're gonna raise it. We could just raise it 3%, and everybody is fucked. Nobody's gonna buy nothing.
Can't afford it.
Can't afford it because they can't pay off this interest.
Yeah.
If you had 7%, just 7. Let's make it 10, just for even math. Of 400,000, that's $40,000. Who has that? Extra off the 400,000.
And if you get a good deal, they're gonna do any and everything in their power
Get you to refinance.
to get you to get out of that deal and try to fuck you.
Yep.
Exactly.
I'm telling.
This is how they control every little thing.
Well, inflation is going to make sure people can't afford
Yeah.
nothing.
And that's the other part. All the comforts
Yeah.
that
Make
you
sure
have
you don't
are
own
gonna
nothing
go
and you gonna be happy.
The world was using gold and silver a couple hundred years ago as being currency. Now he saw, well, I'm gonna make this paper fiat measurement of gold and silver. Use that for a period of time. Then I'm gonna take the gold and silver off the fucking fiat currency. Now I'm gonna take the petrol, the oil from the fiat currency. He does it in stages, man. So dollar's just a free fall right now. As of today.
What was that the brother just read? He said,
Habakkuk 2,
yeah. What was you at in Habakkuk?
verse 5.
Because I was going to a certain verse I want to hear. Yeah, that's that verse.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth our mind, he is a proud man, neither keepeth our home. And who
Neither keepeth at home. See, if there is a landmass that have resources on it, he's gonna pretend like he's your friend until you succumb to him. But if you don't budge, you don't shake his hand soon enough, he's gonna go right behind you and stick a dagger in you. He gonna come for you.
Tell you stupid ass Americans it's free. We're liberating those people.
Yeah. And
So y'all believe.
That's what the ruler is doing to them over here.
It's that saying of the smile on your face, and stab you in the back.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Esau, man.
He's done that throughout since he's been in power. That's what he's been doing.
He's doing it to you now. Over
He
here.
does it to individuals and nations.
How did he get Iraq? Saddam Hussein at first, they had a relationship, right? Then what happened? Oh, he got weapons of mass destruction. Let's throw that out there. Now he's not our friend anymore.
Now he's crazy. He's
Now
this madman.
Now he's a madman. He's a danger to national security in the region.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of his people
Yeah.
with chemical weapons.
Yeah.
That's what he always did, is manipulate you and convince you that the people that's been at peace are oppressive and that they're destructive or not destructive but dangerous.
Well, they have that saying, the axis of evil.
Yeah.
The new axis of evil is Russia, China, Iran.
Countries that oppose.
They're the new bad guys.
Yeah.
You know, they're threatening our way of life.
And once he gets in there and takes all your resources, that nigga ain't nowhere to be found after that. He done left your land dry. You know.
Oh, he leave
like-
your
he's
nation
like
Yeah.
in rubbles.
He's like the harlot that robs you. After
Yeah.
she sucks you dry, you just
Yeah.
pass out, then you wake up and you just the whole room is empty. She done emptied everything out
Everything.
your wallet.
He's seeing Red Cross and
You got some swords and shit.
Catholicism over there.
Yeah.
Set up this educational systems, it tells women to, you can get a job, you don't have to be under your man.
Don't you want to go to school?
That's a part of this line
Yeah.
too, man.
Yeah. They'll have construction companies over there to help rebuild.
He
That they-
uses seduction. You know, he makes it look good and it sounds good.
Mental warfare.
You know, and the people buy into it, especially the woman.
I got some. This is Revelation 18. I'm gonna start at 7, but the point I want to hit, I'm gonna jump up.
And then head back to Habakkuk.
Yep. Because the points in 12 that ties back to Habakkuk. It says, how much has she glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. That ain't what I want. Verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, because they were in bed or had connection with her, with this whole. She enchanted them and hit them with that wine or that philosophy. They believed it. Now they're in dire straits. So when she gets destroyed, they're gonna be like, damn, she wasn't that bad. Well, she was that bad. They're gonna be conflicted on what it was really about. But they're gonna realize, well, when you go down and check, they're gonna be happy.
Their favorite customer just
Yeah,
got put out of business.
that's the point.
Yeah.
And those merchantmen, they lost all that money.
There goes my money, man.
All that
Right, they will get my money back.
Like China eating off Babylon right now.
Building up their whole economy.
Man, they got merchant cities just to build factories.
Yeah.
Send shit over here to Babylon for people to buy.
Let me jump up to verse 13. Let's talk about the actual merchandise. Actually, 11 said, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, as y'all were saying, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Because this place is buying it, but if you had a credit card not in your name that you could just swipe whatever, when you buy it all, that's what America was doing. Right? It says, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner of vessels
What verse you at? Usury?
Ivory.
Ivory. Good job. Ivory and all manners. 1611. And all manner vessels of most precious ornaments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat. These are like the a list of like the most precious things to man on earth. It's the resources, the fat of the earth, principal uses. So this is that also in the blessing that Isaac gave, the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven. There's all of that too.
That's why that's why he feels entitled.
Yeah.
He'll be willing to go to war with you to take it because he believes it belongs to him.
Yeah, you got that blessing.
Because he wants to take the birthright back.
Yeah.
But because he knows that he can't get it back, he's going to try to basically go against the grain and try to just take it.
Yeah.
You know, and this new world order, this idea of how they want your future to be, and how everybody on the earth should live. That's pretty much his simulation of his version of the birthright.
Yes.
And it's completely wicked. That's why, and that's a good thing it didn't go to him.
Yeah. Exactly. And
Imagine if the Lord really gave this to him,
right,
and he had the world for all of eternity. Look at this shit now.
There would be no flesh.
There will be no flesh to be
Some
saved.
motherfucker either might have dropped a people their mom inside the earth.
Yeah. His own blessing.
Just to see what's gonna happen.
Nigga destroy himself and everybody else in it.
He said some shit about how can you drain the ocean, bro? This dude is trying to drain the ocean, bro. I'm doing on some like bugged out stuff, man.
And it's
The nigga trying to work on blocking the sun.
Blocking the sun. Him and Moab working.
figure that one out.
Like, why, bro?
And create a new sun.
What is that gonna do? What good is that gonna bring?
So dumb. Hey, that's.
It says and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. And when you look at slaves and souls of men, what is that? Because he can't just take the resources without pillaging and rape, robbing, and murdering these places, and conquering these places. So if he puts you under that beast system, he now has he got you hooked on the philosophies. Then he gets you hooked physically by the MOTB. Now he's got you. Now you're willingly gonna say, "Come on in here and take all my resources." We trust you to do the right thing with it in the name of science, in the name of whatever, you know.
And you accepted him as your Lord.
And that's what it ends up doing. Yeah. It means that soul that you trusted with is now you're entrusting him as your God, as your Lord. And that's what the rule number one was at. No gods before me.
Yeah.
You know? That's why all of these tie in. You go back. And I just want to tie that souls of men because he even the people. He even wants the souls of the people. We're talking about Habakkuk.
And you want your brain on the feed.
Yeah.
You want to hook your mind up to the internet of things.
Yeah.
He wants to know your thoughts, everything about you. You know, your secrets. You know what I'm saying? This dude is trying to get into us, man. You know?
We want to know what's the difference.
He's trying to get. It's like trying to possess you. You know? It's got some real demonic stuff, man.
Yeah.
Back to Habakkuk 2 and 5. You read 5?
Yeah. The middleweight.
Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Man, woe to him that increased that which is not his. He keep removing landmarks, taking covenant fields and taking it by violence, waging war on people, committing genocide like what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Over there in Palestine, that shit is gruesome over there.
God's script, yeah.
Yeah. They're bombing hospitals, schools.
They're bombing the people that's trying to get out.
Yeah, fugitives.
Fugitives. They're bombing their what they can say, motorcade way, refugees. They're
convoys and whatnot. I was gonna say, well, it was a question. You actually gave the answer. I don't know if brothers caught it, but when he said he take what is not his, is that what he said?
Woe unto him that increaseth
increases that which is not his. What's another word for that? You know what it is. It's to covet. And the brother said it. So the Lord hates covetousness. That's what he's doing. That's literally one of the 10 commandments, not to covet. That's what that literally is doing. It's coveting. That when it's not his. To covet something means to take something that's not yours.
The scriptures say it's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Because
Right.
through that covetousness, you could do there's no bounds with you. You could do any form of wickedness to get what you want.
Yeah.
That's what Esau has done.
That's the type of man he is. Yeah, I'm just going to bring that
like
to
when
light.
we read that in Sirach 14, it talks about he that doeth he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Mm-hmm.
Being covetousness.
Yeah.
Being covetous is you being evil to yourself. Because, like the brother said, there's nothing that you won't do to get what you're longing for. That means that you have no soul. You have no integrity. So you become a soulless human being just to get what you want. That's why them devils over there, they don't feel nothing about what they're doing to those babies over there.
Yeah.
Children and women and elderly that's over there.
Like Jake has
These people they don't have no weapons on them. They're not even throwing a rock at these people. And they're getting bombed. Only a covetous man. It's an evil covetousness. It's out of control. You know? So they're being evil to themselves and don't even realize it. Because all you're doing is you're increasing more hatred towards yourself. The world is paying attention to you. Increasing more enemies.
And the real enemy is the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
He's watching what you're doing. There's a day of judgment to come, man. But he knows he wants you to only to go to a certain level, and it's a high level, but he wants you to get to that level so that without an excuse that he takes you out.
Right.
That was that point that you got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Proverbs 2 says, verse 9.
You read
Verse 7. Verse 7. No, verse 6, because I didn't finish reading. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with the clay.
So not only do you have these nations heaped unto you, but you now got them under your debt. And that's pretty much your wealth. Your wealth is the debt of all nations that owe you.
Yeah.
So he got the whole world in his palms. You know? Control of governments, control of the militaries of the world.
And he installed puppet leaders in those nations to sell all the wealth of that nation to their foreign what's it called, like industries and all that. All these nations, they sold all their stuff to these fucking people. So the people, who suffers? The people, poor, you know?
Draining everybody of their resources, man.
Even more wicked, they're trading their resources for fiat currency. So you're trading something that actually has value for something that is not where it's worthless.
Yeah, the mess with World War III happened. This is gonna be the judgment on the 2/3 too. Niggas. If you niggas keep Esau involved,
You buy all the bullshit,
you're not repenting. You know? Esau's gonna stay in power until the elect gotta be repentant. But in 2/3 you gotta go. You know, you got to go.
Look at Floyd, man.
Florida.
That nigga happy as hell.
Jesus.
Happy as fuck, bro. But they got him dressed in the Star Real fam. You know, he got his little yarmulke on. You know they own this nigga.
Own this nigga. And they're gonna use this nigga again.
There's no way you can get that much money as he's gotten. Though he earned it with his own skill, Now, one of them small hats was in the gym, building him up to be what he became. But for him to have that money, they gotta control him.
Yeah.
You know he ain't gonna go off the hook,
Boy, Eddie Hearn. He was small.
huh?
Was it Eddie Hearn?
Maybe.
But he wasn't in there at the 8-year-old Floyd doing the drills.
Yeah.
Bob Arum,
All right,
yeah.
out there, yeah.
Bob Arum's a small hat.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at the name. Money Mayweather.
Yep.
He's showing you what he coming to.
Yep.
I mean, he got another bill on it. It's a large amount. He's going to take over the news.
Yeah.
That's some, them small hats, they look at that and be like, well, you know what, not only is he talented, but he got a mindset that's similar to ours.
Yep.
We cover money. We worship mammon.
Yep.
So we could definitely use this nigga.
Yep.
You know?
Hell yeah.
But that's all them niggas in the industry too.
Right.
All them niggas worship mammon. So Esau pretty much got them took it.
Yeah.
You know, Amalek probably gets a high. They get a kick out of having Jake sell out to them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got another one. You know?
Esau finds your weakness, and
Another one.
Floyd's was easy to find. It's like, oh, this nigga's weakness is money. Okay.
It's a war. It's a war between the Lord said he would have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So Amalek is at war with people too, and having some of our people jumped onto aboarded their ship, you know, and bow down to them. That's a victory to them.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why the scriptures say, never trust your enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yep.
You're not supposed to send him annihilate.
Yep.
That's he seek to overthrow you and take your seat. Even when you think that he's being an ally towards you, you think he's your friend, and he's out there marching with you. It's because of those ulterior motives behind what he's doing. If he do it good, he do it for unwillingly. But at the end, he would declare his wickedness. A lot of them, they like to even try to pacify Jake by saying, "Oh, we're not your enemies. We were the ones that supported you in the civil rights movement.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're the ones that gave you health care."
Yeah.
Yeah, but you put us in a deeper snare.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He will use thee. They set up Bear Rustin.
Yeah.
We gave you welfare.
They set up Bear Rustin, right? Because they knew that he was a closet mole, and he was going to be the one that was going to secretly bring in that before he was even a thing, he was going to bring in the LGBTQ agenda. That was what that really was.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what they used him for. And a lot of these civil rights guys, they were all CIA agents. A lot of them were Marxists. You know, so Esau already had his hand in that whole movement. And Jake think that at that time they was being liberated.
What's the guy's name that wrote I Have a Dream? Livingston or some shit?
Stanley Livingston.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another smart.
That was smart.
They knew the Jake's flavor to put that out there.
They studied Jake, man.
He says they're wiser than Daniel.
Hard as deep.
What did they do? A diligent search. You know?
Yeah.
They diligently sat and watched and observed and studied Jake.
Yeah, and that's super easy to
Let
do.
our eye look upon Zion, right?
Mhm.
So he knew what ingredients, what mixtures of wine to put into that cup to put it to them so that they can be bugged out. And now they can look on you and your messed up ways and your fucked up mentality, you know,
Yep.
and they can triumph over you.
Could I
It's easy to know the mind of Jake when you control all the variables around
Exactly.
Jake.
Yeah.
That's how you figure it out.
Industry.
Yeah.
The music industry. Look at that for an example.
This is nothing more than what's that called? The Radner maze.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. You control the environment, see what they go to, study that. Oh, he's always going to this, he's always going to that. Now you know what they do. Change it, and then what was the other one? Was it monkeys? Was it monkeys where they said they put a bunch of monkeys in there and they gave the monkeys each a banana every day? I forgot how this experiment went, but eventually they start taking the bananas away, and only one monkey would climb up to get it. They go to get it, they get hit or something like that.
I know it's
I know one of the rats. Yeah.
How's it going?
I remember-
Eventually the other ones at the bottom will beat up the other ones.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Is it rats? There's a bunch of experiments, but I'm saying they do these on these animals, but then they play it out with us.
Yeah. Put us in an
That's what the project
environment.
was.
Put us in an environment.
Jake has always been a guinea pig for Esau smash scientists. We always hear about the Tuskegee.
Tuskegee.
You know?
Yeah.
And all these other experiments they did in South America and Central America with their juices, you know, the venom they like to put in people. They always use our people. They go down there and they give out free food and free this. Oh, but just come over here and, you know, let us try this out. You know, it's here to help you with clear diseases. Yeah, okay. And then afterwards, people dropping dead.
Yep.
And now he's not held accountable because you agreed
Yep.
to take it.
We don't know why this happened to you.
Right.
I'm taking it too. Yeah.
Here, take this one. This one might help you. This dude is the devil, man.
Oh,
You know?
fuck.
Straight devil.
I'll dig my nose.
Back in Habakkuk, it says, verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, oh, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with the clay.
That's that debt. Right? He's rich off of putting the world into debt. And guess what? With all the wealth that he has, he's not going to relieve you of that debt. Because it's more in his benefit to keep you under debt. He don't believe in the year of release, jubilee. You're supposed to forgive the debt of your neighbor after a certain amount of time, 7 years. He doesn't believe in it.
That's righteous though. You know.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that dude don't want to let us go, man.
Yeah.
That's like a pharaoh.
Yeah, that's what it's from.
You don't want to release us, man. Now he's trying to put digital chains on us, man. To a chain blockchain, whatever the fuck they call it. You know, blockchain.
Yeah. That's
It's
the.
black.
It's all chains here, chains there. Contracts,
Bonds mean bondage.
bondage, man. That's crazy.
The scripture said a borrower is servant to the lender.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you're a borrower and you owe someone, that means you got to serve them. Because even in our law, if you had a poor Israelite that happened to be in debt, you would hire him on as a servant, and he would work for you for a certain period of time, and then he would actually release you. And even you being able to generate enough money so you can go and live. You not only can pay off your debt, but you also can go and live on your own.
That's the point. Now you didn't just work to pay the debt off. You get back, you're still broke and homeless. You actually work. You actually work long enough so you can have something to leave with, so you don't end up in the same position again.
Right. It was a benefit to her.
Yeah, to both.
You know, both parties.
Yeah, if that servant still wants to continue serving you, what you give him.
Oh.
Like brand ownership. They put it in your ear or something like that.
Yeah.
You gotta be a straight dummy to still want to serve this man.
You ain't doing no good to you.
To still want to be here and be a servant to this man. You know how lost you gotta be? You should be wanting to get as far away as possible from this man and his fucking way of life. Back at it. It says, verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
And that's why they're coming for him. All right? It's too one-sided.
Yeah.
There's no reason for this gigantic earth to have all these people, this population of people all over the world, but only one little small group of people get to have the majority
Yeah. Own everything.
of ownership of everything on the earth, and the rest of the world got to fight each other
Yeah.
just for the little scraps, the little crumb.
Big as this planet is, you're confined to
These cities.
a little city in a little, what do you say, maybe 2,000 square foot, if that, apartments,
Wow.
you know, just, if
One
that,
thousand.
you know,
Like stacked on
stacked on
top
fucking,
of each other. You hear your neighbors arguing and
yeah,
shit.
Yeah. Go back to that shit. Getting it on with his woman,
You know?
all kind of shit, man.
This is hell, bro.
They're comfortable with that.
yeah,
Like, how could you be comfortable in hell? You can't.
And the way you can, he said it, you'll own nothing and be happy because they change your mind about it.
Oh,
That's the only way. That the condition ain't gonna change the condition. So he's got to change your mind about how you feel about that oppression that he's giving you. I don't like oppression. Oppression's good. I got UBI. I don't have to worry about bills. I went from being stressed about money and bills and food. Now I'm free of that. But you're more in debt of a slave. If you change the
But
people's
now you're
mind.
under complete surveillance now. Every move that you make, you no longer have privacy. They get to watch your every move and they get to control it. This whole carbon footprint, where they're going to be calculating all your movement, your buying and selling activity in history, and they're going to be able to decide and determine how much, the limitations on which you can buy, which you can spend. That's complete control, man. That's complete ownership
yeah,
for them to have it that way over you, man.
It said Isaiah 5 and 8, this is a GNT. It said that the evil that people do, it said, you are doomed. You buy more houses and fields to add to those you already have. Soon there will be no place for anyone else to live.
That's why he's trying to condense everything into these little 15-minute cities. Because he wants all this land so he can build all these houses and all this other shit for himself.
yeah,
It said, and you alone will live in the land. I have heard the Lord Almighty say, all these big houses, all these big fine houses will be empty ruins. The grapevines growing on 5 acres of land will yield only 5 gallons of wine. 10 bushels of seed will produce only 1 bushel of grain. You are doomed. That's pretty much it. And the KJV said, woe to them that join house to house.
Yeah, monopolizing on the housing market where you're just buying up every damn thing. All this shit is owned by the corporations and the banks.
yeah,
Vanguard, BlackRock.
The biggest money grab was this lockdown.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
And then a lot of the dirty work of monopolizing went down in 2020.
And now you
Just the little man.
right, and now you can't stop. Now you can't stop seeing everybody complaining about their financial hardships. You know,
I mean, the difference was I have my own business. I get these taxes.
people was living kind of
Release.
comfortably at first,
Yeah.
but now since they eliminated the middle class, now it's making things harder.
I saw something.
Now you got to be up above in the high tax, the higher bracket, or you got to be the poor working class.
And if anybody realized what just happened, that middle class and even the upper middle class, they were the first homeless people. But when the business owners, they were the first ones out of money because they didn't have a corporation that got paid, that they can pay out with Social Security and all of that because you made your own revenue.
Only a few smart ones were able to,
Finagle the paperwork.
and get that, the PPP loan,
Yep.
and that was kind of like their exit strategy. But a lot of them, Did you say what they
But,
were
but it's the
homeless?
exit though. It wasn't the
Yeah,
keep and sustain.
right. It was the exit. Yeah. That was the logical thing to do.
Yep. If you were smart. But this is how they finagled it, and now you see it. Because if y'all remember, say 2023, 2020, before that, 21, 22, when you start looking at the more homeless that were out there, these people had stuff. These were people that had homes that were now evicted.
Yeah. Yep.
That actually left and did the right thing, that had other businesses, that owned properties. Look, how you get evicted, but the home that you own, you can't evict the people out of it.
Right.
Squatters, they in there. Crazy. And the moratorium, I can't ever say the word. Yeah.
But I was looking at something today where they said the rate of inflation from 2021 until now is like 20%. It's crazy. You know, how eventually it's going to continue to rise. How people gonna be able to live like that? They can't.
20 around that same time, everybody realized if you ain't grouping up and clicking up with somebody,
Yeah.
you can't really make it on your own. You know?
And then he's already making it illegal in certain cities to basically be homeless.
Yeah.
Yep.
These encampments, they're trying to get rid of those. They don't want people sleeping outside. Well, this man is the damn devil, man. This is he's a really unrighteous man. Very unreasonable. It's like he doesn't relate to the rest of humanity. He doesn't empathize with you. He doesn't relate. You know? Yeah. And that's why all this energy is going to come upon him. All these people in the world, they start to get sick and tired, man. That's why it says in Proverbs 29, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yep.
You know? That's why people going to start turning to these higher ups, these elected officials. You know? Like in these other countries, when there's impoverished conditions and they're not happy, they don't just go into looting. They actually go to where their higher ups is dwelling.
Yeah. Remember, what was that?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Yeah.
They went into that man's house.
That nigga had a palace.
He had a palace up in there. He had to go on a run. He ran and hopped on a boat somewhere and got the hell up out of there. And they was in his pool party. That's how it's gonna be all over the world at some point, man. You know?
Job 20 and 22.
That's the spirit I was gonna have. Go to the NASB 20 and start from verse 18.
Verse 18. Job 20 and 18, NASB 20. It said, he returns the product of his labor and cannot swallow it. As to the riches of his trading, he cannot even enjoy them.
Yeah, and all the riches that you got stored up for yourself, you're not gonna be able to enjoy that. Right? You're not gonna be able to enjoy that.
They can't even enjoy it now, really, because they steady trying to get more control.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a scripture saying Apocrypha, and I believe it's also in Ecclesiastes, a man that cares for riches, he loses his sleep. He loses sleep for the care of his riches. So you know that they really don't sleep that's why it talks about how they sleep not except they have done mischief. They can't even sleep unless they gotta come up with some plan to figure out how they're gonna extract more to themselves.
Somebody got to die.
But blood gotta spill for that to happen. So they're never really at rest.
The Sirach 31 at the top, watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep.
And the elites, that's all they focused on. That's where their treasure is. The riches that they unjustly got by deceit. All right, because the monetary system that they use, it was a false balance. It was a deceitful way that they used. So they got their riches by deceit. Somebody can get that in Sirach 10. But you can go ahead.
Verse 19. For he has oppressed and neglected the poor. He has seized a house which he has not built.
See that? He seized a house that he didn't even build.
Yeah.
This man ain't built shit. He just took credit for everything.
Yep.
And then he benefited off the labors. Took the residuals from the labor and pocketed himself. He put it in his own pocket. Because he didn't give us anything for building this up.
That was a curse. That's how it's
That was the curse.
A man shall build a house and shall not live therein.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah.
Verse 20. Verse 20. Because he knew no quiet. Because he knew no quiet within him, he does not retain anything he desires. Nothing remains for him to devour. Therefore his prosperity does not endure. In the fullness of his excess, he will be cramped. The hand of everyone who suffers will come against him.
The hand of everyone who suffers. That's the wicked, the wretched ones. I believe the Hebrew word is aimal.
What's that in Job?
Job 20.
Yep.
Those who suffers. Who are the people that are suffering? The poor. The workers. That's busting their ass, man. To keep this whole shit afloat.
No,
And they get nothing in return for it. Everybody working out their life and they ain't even getting shit for it. You don't even have proper health care here. You try to get insurance from your job and you got to go for a surgery somewhere and they're denying you your surgery because your insurance ain't good enough.
And if you do get the surgery or if you do go to the doctor, you're gonna get put in more fucking debt.
Huh.
You can't even go to the doctor, because like fuck that, man. I gotta, you go for some simple shit. That's $4,000, $5,000 bill. Like, shit. Better learn them home remedies. You use some fucking herbs.
Verse 23. When he fills his belly, Yahweh will send his fierce anger on him.
And we at that time now where this devil is beginning to fill his belly. Because he's getting ready to usher in that seed. And the world is already conditioned and about ready for it. He got everybody where he wants them, except for the elect. Okay? He's getting ready to fill his belly, man. The World Economic Forum is really about the financial or economic benefit of the elite and complete rulership over the masses. Right when he about to fill his belly, right when he about to reduce the world's population down to, what did they say on the Georgia Guidestones? He wanted leveled down to 500 million. That's his heart's desire. That's his belly. He wants to satisfy his belly by that kind of shit. So that he can have more resources to himself instead of having to fight for it.
Yeah, that's how they know the nuclear is going to be a nuclear fallout. Because how do you reduce the population from, they say, 7 million people to 500 million? Nuclear missiles. Nuclear missiles, that can do the job. The Lord only has it for this place, great America, to be destroyed 100%. All right? Verse 23. When he fills his belly, Yahweh will send his fierce anger on him and rain it on him while he is eating. He may flee from the iron weapon, but the bronze bow will pierce him. It is drawn and comes out of his back, even the flashing point from his gallbladder.
What is that talking about? Nuclear silos. As soon as Russia finally say, all right, enough is enough. All right, gloves off. Putin already just came out and said the U.S. is an enemy. They're an enemy country to us now. They ain't never said that before because they've been very long suffering with America. Now they're pretty much saying they're enemies now.
He also said, somebody was asking, what type of end, how far do you think this conflict can possibly go? He said his advisor said that nuclear war may be the only solution.
The option.
He didn't even say solution, he said option. That's definitely on the table to go nuclear.
Because they know Esau is not going to stop.
No.
They're not going to, even though Putin and them is, but the Amalek ain't going to stop.
But it's beautiful because the Most High, he's stirring up that tension, man.
It's hard.
The Lord, the Lord wanted to come to a boiling point. He wants it to go there. That way, his will be fulfilled. All right, because the nation's gonna go to war and they're gonna take each other out. And in the midst of that, the Lord's gonna come and intervene, and He's gonna get us up out of here. This is all for the controversy of Zion. Right now, the heathen got his land party. You know. You can finish that out.
It says, terrors come upon him. Complete darkness is held in reserve for his treasures. And unfanned fire will devour him. They will consume the survivor in his tent. The heavens will reveal his guilt, and the earth will rise up against him.
Yeah.
It is. He's guilty as charged, man. Right? Pretty much the Lord's going to hold him accountable for all the wickedness that he's done on the earth.
Yep.
All right? He's been that destroyer of the earth. Can nobody live in peace? Right? You got a nuclear facility in the Holy Land. What you need that? Yeah, what you need that for?
Yeah.
The Lord ain't never needed nothing like that to deliver His people. He already told us we're not going to be delivered by the sword. You know. So that shows you right there that when this man goes down, that's why it says in Isaiah 14, the earth is going to be at peace. You know. Matter of fact, somebody go to them. Isaiah 14. Maybe start up like maybe 4 or 5.
So Isaiah 14, 4. It says, thou shalt take up this property. Start 3. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh Shai shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
That's talking about Israel.
Bro,
Right? Yeah. We ain't chilling right now. We're not at rest. We're not comfortable right now. Yeah. We're not safe from fear, from violence.
Hell.
Go ahead.
It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor seized, the golden city seized? Yahweh Shai hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Yep.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted.
Hey, that goes right back to what you read earlier about the wealth. I forgot what verse that was. What was the one that you highlighted?
Surah 28.
Surah 28. Yeah. It's all about you that has riches also has to have that anger. I forgot how it was worded, but yeah.
that he had the military might, because of his riches, to just go in on certain cities and countries.
You saw something you like, you can go take it.
Yeah. We saw when he devastated Libya, he devastated Iraq, he devastated Yugoslavia, he devastated
Kosovo.
Yemen.
Kosovo.
Huh?
Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Kosovo. So you,
In late 90s.
yeah, late
Yeah,
90s.
yeah,
Yeah.
We devastated all of different countries, man.
Thank you. It was cold.
And he cut off many people when he
The
did it.
truth is the truth.
That's right.
Anybody got any gold, silver?
And it's Isaiah 20, it's like Isaiah 14
Got scripture.
and 5. It says, Yahweh Shemel Rashai hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and done hindered. The whole earth is at rest,
The whole earth is at rest.
and it's
Notice
quiet.
how once this man is finally taken out of power and he can stop running havoc on the earth, that's when we all gonna be at rest. The earth is gonna be able to hey, the earth is gonna be working to rejuvenate itself.
Like the shutdown.
When a shutdown happened, when they locked everything down, man, the air quality was different. You know? Even the air quality was good. There wasn't too much activity going on out here.
Yeah, the strip closed down for 78 days, 76 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Heal, the earth was healing.
The earth was healing,
Quit
man.
picking at a scab, it'll heal. Man.
Yeah. If you ain't got Esau drone striking nobody,
Yeah.
you ain't got all this pollution.
Factories all going. I
Factories,
drove across town, bro. I could see mountain to mountain, all the way around.
Yeah. Dude got space trash. He got space trash. Like, dog.
What you doing?
Yeah, that's all the satellites colliding against one another. Called
Yeah.
space travel. Space debris.
Yeah. The earth, this earth, it does need a rest. That's why it's cursed. That's why it's not yielding any good fruit. Everything that you growing now, it's not organic anymore. He's not keeping none of the land Sabbaths. The earth is clearly under a curse.
Yeah.
And didn't it say that in Genesis?
Yeah.
Third chapter?
Curse came, yeah.
Fourth chapter.
This is 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. They, the fir trees, rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you look
Cutting
at all
down the
the,
oxygen of the earth.
Yeah.
What Bill Gates said, if you cut down the trees, he said it produces more oxygen or some shit.
Some stupid
He
shit.
Wow.
said that shit, man.
science don't even like that shit. You clearly not a scientist, bro. It's rich. I was gonna say, if you look at the earth and all the other nations of the earth, every nation on the planet respects the earth, except this man.
Yeah.
Except him.
Moab is kind of right behind
Yeah,
here.
them two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's them two.
Because he's
No
retarded.
wonder David
Moab
hated
is-
both of them the
Yeah,
most.
Moab is retarded.
He's counterproductive too, because he speaks about global warming, but the trees help to cool the earth.
Yeah.
You know, as much as necessary. I was running. I went for a run this morning, and I was running. You know, it's hot outside. I ran past this group of trees, and literally, bro, as I ran past those trees, I got cool. And then once I got past them, it got back hot again. So that's the nature of the tree.
Keep going. It's not.
Yeah, how you get rid of the trees? That's part of that life force. The trees are there to collect the carbon,
Yeah.
right? And then it releases the the oxygen. So it's an air filtering system. Why the fuck would you want to get rid of that?
Remember they had trees in the middle of the street right here? Yeah. He saw take them up.
You want to chop them down and to make cabins and caskets and shit. You know?
Baseball bats.
Baseball bats. That's what he do. Boy.
You can just dig down to 12 board. Keep reading.
Should keep reading.
Verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth.
And they're talking about this biblical place where you burn forever, like these dumb Christians. And also with Nathan that was now teaching. And it talks about the grave. It's simply talking about, like right now, as long as Israel is without their identity and they're like blinded, it's like it's as if they might as well be dead.
Yeah. Like be in the grave.
They might as well be in the grave. So when he gets taken down, he's gonna be in that space where he's just gonna be completely just rock bottom. You know? He's gonna be pretty much obsolete. He's not gonna have any significance whatsoever in our kingdom. Right?
Continue with it says, it stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chieftains of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
And those worms is already starting to spread. This whole society is crumbling. You know? Because what do worms do? It feeds upon the organisms and break it down until it's decomposed. This man's whole system is decomposing. From his monetary system to his morale, his infrastructure. I heard that another highway in America just collapsed.
Yeah.
Just
I
recently.
looked at it when I was reading that list. It came across the top of the phone.
Yeah, it was like
in Wyoming, right?
Wyoming, like the border of Wyoming and whatever other.
Yeah.
That shit just dropped.
It just completely dropped, man.
I don't think anyone.
Your roads and it's like your bridges and your roads is not good. Your infrastructure is trash right now.
You got bridges, like big ass bridges holding on by like a thread.
Yeah.
Like metal is all corroded and rusted and shit.
Those worms resist the corrosion, right?
Yep.
And it's almost no remedy for corrosion. It's irreversible.
No replace it.
Yep.
See, this is 12. It says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nation? Weaken the nations, right?
Right, that's what we've been talking about. That's how they've been weakening the nations. You know, you hurl them heaping to them, heaping all of them to yourselves, and then you putting them in debt. And then you waging war against them so that you can take their resources and their land from them. That's how you weaken the nations. Now everybody got to serve you. Everybody got to fight in your wars. You know, now men got to be disposable, you know, and be a pawn for the bankers. Some of these men are starting to wake up to that. That's why they don't want to serve in your military. You know?
Remember, it was like a benefit, like you get what, $50,000 and some shit. Yeah, it ain't $50,000 ain't shit.
That ain't nothing, man. But what do you get out of it anyway when you go and do that? And if you happen to survive, you come back to your own country and you being treated like a damn peasant, a second-class citizen.
Lower than the homeless. The homeless
Yeah.
look down on you.
Yeah. A lot of the homeless you see in these cities, a lot of them are former veterans.
Yeah. You come
Look
out.
how they're being treated.
You come. A lot of them sometimes come bugged out because they got PTSD.
Yeah.
You know.
And they won't even put them in a place where they can be taken care of. They can just let them just die out in the street.
There's somebody that worked at the VA hospital. They were saying that a lot of them just rather just go out on the streets
Yeah.
and get the drugs they need to help
Yeah, the
themselves.
coke. Yeah, the coke.
To help cope, because they ain't treating them right in there.
And you got these fucking programs that Esau puts out there, Wounded Warrior.
Yep.
Like y'all got all this fucking money. At least they went over there and supposedly,
Paid the ultimate price.
you say fought for their country. You can't even give these motherfuckers a house.
No.
They're trying
And
to. I think they passed it already. I'm not sure, but it's like a new law that the Israeli soldiers they get the benefits that American soldiers should be getting.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Paid for by America.
Paid for by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the difference, because you don't know where the money gonna come from. Well, if you stop paying them guys, shit, I would move. But I think you have to be a citizen though to get those benefits.
No.
Or Israeli citizen.
Yeah, but that's what. Why would the benefit go to another country?
Right.
You know?
Crazy.
It's fucking bug out.
Very good.
Maybe if Yahweh Ben Yahweh gonna get those benefits over there.
Yeah.
Or they already kicked them out.
Or
They
take
force you to be in the military for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was asking. But I don't think you can get it if you're not a homeborn soldier.
Them is the niggas they need to draft over there, man. Hey, that's that nigga Valley of Jehoshaphat bound, man.
This is Isaiah 14. This is
They
13.
gonna send you some of you women too.
Mhm.
Brown ass nigga women.
Sending the elderly already.
Yeah.
That's what they fought
Oh
for.
yeah, they're telling them that we'll get y'all up.
That was
$75,000.
75. That's what
Yeah, we
I
give
knew
you
it was more.
75,000. But
Yeah.
you might not enjoy it because you ain't gonna come back. You know.
She
We'll give
thinking
you 75,000 to go, but you're not gonna come back though.
the nigga woman think I can get that BBL, I can do all that
It
shit.
ain't no 75,000 straight up.
Right.
They give you
They
a
still
portion
got tax.
up front,
Yeah, they gonna
and
tax
they
it.
break it out
Yeah.
over the years of
Gonna
service.
be in payments. You might get a few thousand, a couple thousand a month.
Like now you totally belong to Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
You're
They
young
have
here.
ships and whatnot.
You can't even think for yourself in the military.
With 13. If thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
But hold on, if they in hell, how are they talking among themselves? Looking upon him while they supposed to be in hell. You're supposed to be burning. Ain't no talking in hell. Right?
Hell is like detention.
Yeah.
You can't talk, can't look around. It don't make no damn sense, man.
You're in too much agony to be talking, right? At least that's what I thought.
That's what I was told when I was a kid. Yeah, we was kids.
But obviously we know what this is talking about. Esau's gonna be brought to nothing. He's gonna be from sitting on super rich, got 99% of the earth's wealth. Alright? Having all that a heart could wish, controlling all the armies and militaries, the banks, the music industry, the different industries, the oil, the diamonds, the gold, the food, the medicine, to now, you getting your ass whooped, you getting slapped over the head with the scepter, dirty as hell, your skin peeling, because you in the sun picking, doing laborious work. You out there digging graves because you filling them with dead bodies.
Amen.
You know, that's what that means. You're gonna be under the curse. Going back to the parable of Lazarus and the rich man.
Trade places.
We're gonna trade places, man. So you're gonna be in hell. You're gonna be in torment.
When we break that movie, Sloppy, bro, when we break that movie Trading Places down, we always talk about Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy trading places. It wasn't that. It was actually Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy trading places with the Dukes. With the two elite. That's the real trading place that was supposed to happen. That's how this is actually going to be.
Yeah.
There won't be nobody above them anymore. Or on that level of the Israelites.
And even the other nations are gonna be over Esau.
Right.
Esau is gonna be the low tier heathen family of the planet Earth. We're gonna literally treat them like they ain't shit. We're gonna give them like they gave us scraps during slavery, and Jake came up with soul food. We gonna get him. We ain't gonna even get him that. Hey, we gonna give him slop. Hey. No.
Natty Daddy too.
It says that their children are going to be sold to. Their children are going to be getting sold to the other nations. Slaves. Here. You know, get your lick back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So these nations, they're gonna narrowly look down upon you, saying, "Man, this was the dude who shook up the earth like that, who had all this power and control over everybody, who's enforcing international law. He was framing mischief by law, stripping people of their freedoms."
We got Simba right there. That's Simba.
No.
That's the Lord. That's the Lion of Judah. Simba was a cartoon character. This is not a cartoon character. This mean business.
Now, this continuing is 16. It says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble? That did shake kingdoms? That made the world as a wilderness? And destroyed the cities thereof? That
I mentioned earlier. Look how he devastated. Like y'all can look it up. You can go on Google Images and then just type in before and after pictures of all the countries that the U.S. invaded. Libya, it looks like a complete devastation.
Yeah.
It's just rubber.
It's just all of them cities is reduced to rubble. Libya, Yemen, Iraq, parts of Iraq, not all of Iraq. All right. Yeah, what he did to Japan.
Yeah.
That's what that. This is all by one individual. This damn devil, man. He did that.
Yeah, yeah. And going back to the beginning, all these nations, they ain't forgot. You know, so them coming up against Babylon, America is, in their eyes, is righteous because of what they've done to them and continue to do to them over decades, over hell, centuries. To some of them. You think them Japanese, them Ammonites forgot about Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Hell no. They probably got some type of memorial.
They do.
Yeah. They do every year to commemorate that, and it ain't a mystery who the fuck did it.
Yeah, that was their grandparents and great-grandparents.
Yeah.
Aunties, uncles. This is 17. It says, "That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the
Yeah,
nation."
he didn't open the house of his prisoners.
It was as the brother said earlier about Pharaoh, let my people go, I will not. Guard his heart.
Nope. He want everybody under his captivity.
Even the souls of men.
And we can't forget about Jake in the literal penitentiary system.
Yeah.
It's filled with mostly these people.
Yeah. They say we're down there 80%, 85%.
Black, Latino, Native American.
Yeah. Maybe 90 when you consider the foreigner Jakes in there, Israelite foreigner Jakes.
It's all Jake in there, man. And he giving them sentences that he doesn't give his own when they commit the same crimes.
Yeah.
Somebody see that? Yeah, Jacob got 407 years for human trafficking.
Yeah, I saw that. Jake, 400 plus years. They didn't just give him life. They said, no, we're going to give him 400 plus years.
He ain't gonna last.
He gonna come back.
Yeah, come back in the
Yeah.
two
If he come back reincarnated, he got to go right back to
the
the
infant, bro.
Because they'll be like, 3 consecutive life sentences. What the fuck is that?
But meanwhile, you got traffickers in Hollywood eating, drinking, laying back,
Still do.
and still got children down in some dungeon somewhere.
Hey, you see the rest of the guy just walk past?
The whole outfit.
Yeah, I thought he was IUIs out here. He's walking up kind of proud and shit. I'm like, oh, here we go.
No, they wouldn't roll up on us. I don't see it in them. They can't debate us. They're gonna throw out the great card, the R word, and keep it pushing.
He's walking tough too, man. God.
But going back to prophecy, man, this is why the Lord's gonna lay him down completely, so that the earth will finally be at rest, so that the prisoners can finally be freed. Isn't that part of the gospel? To liberate the captives.
Yes.
That's in Isaiah 61. Well, right now we're spiritually doing that through this ministry. Our people that are trapped in these prison houses, and they're snared in these holes, in these prison houses. Meaning talking about their mind being stuck in these religions, these religious institutions. We're breaking down the strongholds and freeing them out of that, and now they're coming into the knowledge of the truth. And once that happens, this devil, he no longer has that control over your mind.
The worship of mammon is a religion now. People, Jake worships money religiously.
Yep.
Jake has atheism as religiously. It's against actual religion, but it is a religion in itself. Okay, so these are all strongholds that we're breaking.
God. And then eventually we're gonna be freed out of this captivity, and then we're gonna, like at the top of the chapter, we're gonna take them captive who captive we were.
Yep.
And in our land, we're gonna possess them for servants and handmaids, and we shall rule over our oppressors, man. And that's the good news. That's the gospel. So this man got to be taken out, man. Especially Amalek. We're gonna be the worst on you. We're gonna be the worst on you, man. You're not gonna get human rights in our kingdom, man. We'll give the other nations after they serve their period, but you.
And it's fair because Jake don't get him on his side.
Come on.
We're still considered 3/5 person.
Yep. Come on, man. Hey, so with that, we're gonna give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh. Give up to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone. These blessings and salutations to the elect. I say, Shalom.
It was the way Jake was walking, man. I said, oh, shit.